Hello, everybody.
Yo, what's going on?
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to the Anime Mystics Podcast, episode 51. I'm Roman.
I'm Steven Sanosuke-sama.
And I'm Sakio.
And we got a... It's going to be kind of a cancel culture episode.
Yes. Yes. Because it kind of segues into each other.
Yeah.
Topic per topic, but yeah. Yeah.
Um,
There's a lot been going on, but...
Yeah.
But, happy Valentine's Day. The day after.
yeah.
Happy Single Awareness Day.
Singles Awareness Day, that's right. Now you have, well, today's the day after, so it's happy 50% off chocolate day, really. But it's been kind of crappy weather out here, though. So I mean, it's been crappy weather across the country. So if you went out of your way to get chocolate today, I commend you. That's hardcore. But yeah. Actually, that just reminded me. I should probably go get some because I have a candy bucket at my cubicle at the office. So it's like I should probably go and take advantage of this. I will say though, like the last time I did like consciously go out and try to get half off candy, it wasn't even worth it. Like all the good stuff was still like almost like $7, $8. So it wasn't even really the 50% thing is kind of a like a Mythbusters episode. It's like, is chocolate really half off? Verdict: false. It's like it's marked down a bit, but unless it's like generic or kind of crappy or like 6 pieces in a bag, it's like, you know, not be that much discounted. But anyways, yes. Happy half off chocolate day.
Happy. I got enough chocolate, I think.
Yeah. In FGO, I haven't even started the exchange. I finished it. I finished the ladder, and I got all the chocolates. I just haven't done any of the cutscenes. Princess Connect, man.
I haven't finished any of it.
Oh, for reals?
Like, I haven't done... Like, I've got to the million point part, but I think today is, tomorrow's the last day?
Tomorrow's the last day. Tomorrow's maintenance.
Yeah.
So, I don't have enough apples, and I don't want to use my quartz. So, yeah, I'm pretty much not going to make the 3. But I mean, I basically just want the CEs that I didn't get, and I got like over 100 and something. I think that would be enough to get at least the female CEs.
Yeah. How are you looking, Sakiel, on all your Valentine events?
Oh, I haven't really started on them because I got in a new laptop over the weekend, so all of my time was occupied on the new laptop.
Oh, okay.
And a little bit of Princess Connect too, you know, because like they brought about like the clan battles, so I was like trying that out, and then some other things too. So it was like pretty much like most of my time was me playing with my new toy and just being distracted. So like I haven't really even like either started or even like finished my Valentine's Day stuff. So but whatever. So I got a new toy. That's all that matters.
That's saying that the Gacha gods were generous, and Princess Connect didn't have a Valentine's event, and Genshin didn't have a Valentine's event. So at least they took mercy on that.
Yeah. I think Faco NA, they had like a President's Day event. They gave you like free quartz or something, I think.
Yeah, that's every day, I think, for all of this week. And it's like it adds up to 10 quartz.
So you get 2 quartz every day.
Yeah. And on Friday they gave us 10 quartz for Lunar New Year, so happy Chinese New Year.
Yep.
Woohoo.
Wasted that trying to get Shikubu?
Oh, Murasaki?
Yeah.
How did that go?
Well, I said wasted.
Oh. Yeah, she's very fickle. Yeah. But you know, she'll come back. You know, definitely for next year's Valentine's event. But next year, I personally think that might be a hard one for Roman, because it's Sei Shonagon next year, and that's Hibiki from How Heavy Are Your Dumbbells? And you know, before Mikaela was a part of the team here, but you know, you said you were following the Reddit, so you remember Sei Shonagon. Essentially, Type Moon, they just made a character, and then they brought her in Farouz. It's an Egyptian last name, so I apologize if I'm butchering it. And it's like they brought her into the recording studio, and they were like, "Yeah, whenever you do Hibiki Sakura," she goes, "Yes." They're like, "Just do that." And it's literally she talks and acts just like Hibiki, and it's insane. And her color palette makes her look like a Nintendo Switch, but she's a gal. Essentially, she's a gal. Because Suzuka is the Gyaru, so now we need a gal type. And yeah, it's weird. So I think that Roman is gonna have to decide how he wants to spend his quartz between those two.
If I have to choose between Hibiki and Darkness, I'm picking Darkness.
Fair enough. All right. Touche.
Sorry, Hibiki. I like you, but Darkness, yeah. I'd tie her up.
In a haiku, he means. In a haiku. Tie her up with words. With words. In poetry. In poems. Oh, man. And you know what? I meant to ask this to our guy in the Discord, too, but Murasaki got 2 forms in like a year because she debuted this year's Valentine's, and then a year later she gets her summer form. And I'm like, I've never seen that quick of a turnaround for a character that I can't really, think of. I mean, it's the Raita effect, and Raita is basically the emergency escape pod for FGO. When they're losing market to a rival gacha game, they just call in Raita to make a waifu or somebody, and then it just like instant profit. Like the one character that probably didn't make any money that was a Raita was probably Moriarty, but who cares? He gets his own event in a couple of weeks.
Oh, does he?
I think so. Or is that next year? I think it's this year.
I have no idea.
I was gonna say, I think as far as turnarounds, as far as characters automatically getting their summer outfit as soon as they debuted. I think the other servant, if I remember correctly, that did have that quick turnaround. I think it was Hokusai. She got her outfit pretty quickly too. I think.
Oh yeah, she gets hers this year.
Yeah, she gets hers this year in Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. And
I think Murasaki gets hers too, really quick, or no?
Yeah, next year. Next year she gets hers. So this year it will be, and then that's interesting too because Hokusai Oi is free as welfare and Murasaki is paid, but Murasaki's a 4-star too. So, yeah, Vegas is about to make me go broke, which is all right because Evo's not happening in real Vegas, so I have that extra income. So this works out. But yeah,
so they still canceling all the conventions?
Yeah, as far as I know, I'm assuming everything is still not going down. I was having a conversation with my mom over this because we were trying to plan out vacations and spending my time off, and we were looking at my birthday, which falls on Memorial Day this year, and we're like, yeah, I don't know. I took the time off, but I'm assuming that it's not happening. Fanime in our area is not happening. It's not happening. And Evo, I think, is still in their transition period. I think they're still trying to figure out how they want to proceed and get back all the sponsors. So yeah, but other than that, yeah, I don't think cons. For most of the major cons, I think, are not happening. You might still get some smaller events at fairgrounds, because the fairgrounds are still available and those are open areas, open space areas. But I heard that the one that happened out in Sacramento at the Sacramento Fairgrounds wasn't really
worth it.
Yeah. And they did it too in the middle of the summer too, so it's open air right in the sun, so a lot of people passed. But
yeah. Sacramento, was it summer?
In the summer.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to get sunburned while going to a convention.
Right.
Heat stroke.
Right. But
yeah, because from someone that was originally from Sacramento, I can attest that Sacramento, in the summer, is not fun. As soon as it gets 100-degree weather, it is not fun at all.
For me, as long as it's if it gets to 80, I suck. It sucks.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good threshold, 80, yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's like we're so used to the Bay Area weather. That's why it's like as soon as it goes above 75, that's like, oh, that's hot.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in Texas, they're snowed in and they're just like wusses.
Yep.
I would like the snow. Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. You know, I was talking to Kimmy, you know, friend of the show.
Yeah.
And she was right in the middle of it. She sent me some pictures of the, you know, being snowed in. And I was all like, man, you know, as someone who doesn't have to deal with the snow, I'd like to live in the snow. And she goes, with frozen pipes and not having electricity. Because one of my teachers is actually in Houston, or like 10 miles away from Houston. And she goes, yeah, this week's assignments are all still happening, but it might be delayed in getting back to emails and all of that because we're going to have like rolling power outages. Like, jeez.
Wow.
Good times.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, and you know what's funny too is it always seems like we get the outlier effect. So it's like all snow country in the middle of the country, and us here on the coast we just get rain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
Lots of. Well, not even lots.
And it just started now, huh? There it goes.
Is it?
I think so.
Mm.
But yeah, yeah. So, with that being said, do you have any channel updates, Roman?
Not really any channel updates.
Okay.
I am still working on the website.
Okay.
I nearly transferred everything over, and then I got to test out the checkout and hope that works.
Okay.
Because, you know, the last one didn't.
No worries.
But yeah, once I figure all that out and get it all working, it should work. But I thought that about the last place, so
Okay.
Yeah. If it is, I'll post a link.
Sure. I thank you to everyone that came out for Demon Slayer the movie.
Yeah.
I think we made the best out of it. And to be honest, as soon as it comes into theaters, I'm going to actually pay money to go watch it. So I'll definitely support that. It was good. It was good. And what's interesting is, and we'll talk some more about it too, because Demon Slayer is going to be a part of this podcast. But what was interesting is it honestly felt like that was about like an hour 45 minutes or so. That felt like about right for that kind of a story arc if it was to be told in an anime. It feels like that story would be told in about 4 to 5 episodes. I could be wrong, but if they would have done it like 6 episodes in the anime, like half the season was what's his face's story arc, I think that might have been a little drawn out. That's how I feel. So I think a movie actually worked out better this way. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't seem too what do you call it? Extended. Like it was just right.
Yeah. So that might have been a good call to do it. But like I said, we'll definitely get more into it when we get into Demon Slayer at the end of it. But I have no idea what we're gonna do for the next one. Maybe we'll just let Sakiel pick.
No, I'll think of something.
All right. Yeah. So we'll do that, and that's kind of the stuff too that again we're always trying to get into or bring back or get involved with the community. So feedback is always great. So anyone's suggestions or themes or all that kind of good stuff. If anyone has anything they want us to watch or watch as a group or discuss or anything, just let us know
in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Sakiel, you have any updates? Any news you want to drop on us?
Please watch Wonder Egg Priority.
I knew that was coming.
Please. It is great. Like, it's just so avant-garde at this point, and it's just so wonderful. So, please watch Wonder Egg Priority. That is all.
That was like what, 3rd or 4th on the trending charts, wasn't it? Roman posted it, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's on what, Funimation, or I haven't seen it on Crunchy.
It's on Funimation.
Okay, of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was third.
Third place? Okay.
Behind Jobless Reincarnation and ReZero.
Like I said, I'm 2 episodes behind on ReZero. I just got to Small Emilia. Small Emilia was a little brat, man. Just, I don't know, giving her less sugar or put her in the corner or something. No, don't put her in the corner.
She was sneaky.
Yeah, she was a little
That's
brat.
Just sneaky.
So, but yeah. There was more Ram moments. So really, I was all like, stop focusing on Amelia, get back to Ram. Which is what Sakiel was talking about off air, because Sakiel's like, I don't know anything about ReZero, I just know the twins. And I'm like, there is no twins. There's only Ram and Blue Ram. And then some chick named Amelia. But more importantly, Ram. So, and you know, it's funny too, in the Discord, everyone's always like, Emilia's, Takahashi Rie's best role and all that. And I'm like, I don't know, I'm still a Megumin guy. I don't know. And I don't want to say Mashu because, I don't know, Mashu is bland, and so it's like I always end up bullying Mashu. And, you know, and all the options I get, it's all like, is there a choice to make Mashu jealous? Then that's the one I pick. So that's not really fair to Takahashi Rie. But I'm still Megumin through and through. But yeah, Wonder Egg. What's the brief synopsis of it? Why is it so great?
So basically, like, this is like a brand new IP, so it's not based on a previous work, like how you would have like anime based on a manga. So brief synopsis is like you have this hikikomori girl who gets entangled in this world where she has to save her best friend, but in order to do that, she has to pretty much like free like kind of like these tortured people. And it's like she has to do it in a very unconventional way. And on her way, she meets like other girls who are like pretty much kind of like doing something similar. Like they're fighting for like this reason. It's a very, like I said, it's very avant-garde show. And it's been like really getting a lot of talk lately, which makes me very happy because I like kind of like watching kind of like those kind of like more like unique type of stories. That is not a trashy isekai. But I mean, it's like, because like, for me, kind of like waiting on this show and like how I'm still kind of trugging along like Scar Praetor, I'm still hanging on to see like if it's going to get any better, like if there's any kind of progress that's going to go on in the series. So it's like pretty much like once I watch that and like after I watch my Redo Healer, I watch Wonder Egg Priority, you know, so that's pretty much like my top show of the current season so far. So it may change, it might probably still stay on top. Who knows? So
it's kind of an interesting lineup right there. That and Redo Healer.
Yeah, because it's like you're having like these shows that are kind of like touching on like a little bit more heavier subjects, because for Wonder Egg, like it's touching on subjects like I said, like the main character, like she's hikikomori, and then like you have this other character, just to kind of warn people about this, like she self-harms herself.
Yeah.
So they touch up on that, and like also like with the MC, like what happened to her friend and the reason why that she wants to save her friend. So yeah, it touches on like some pretty heavy topics, but they do it in a good way, like how I was talking about After the Rain, like previously, like how it touches on a sensitive subject where you have like this minor having like this relationship with an older guy who's like probably like 2 or 3 times her senior, but the way they approach the topic and how they discuss it is very graceful and very tasteful, you know. So it's kind of like the same with Wonder Egg. It's like, yeah, you have these people who are having these serious issues, but they are perceiving it where it's like it's not like glamorized, like how you would see like some shows when they talk about those type of like topics. Yeah. They're really glamorized, and I really don't like that. Really, from a person, me coming, coming from like having those type of issues. So it's like having like these type of shows are a little bit more, I don't know, I guess saying like realistic, or they're doing it in a more like tasteful way or a more relatable way. That's like it's approachable, where it's not like, it's like, oh, like this person, it's like they're having like the stress and depression and they try to glamorize it, and it's, or romanticize it, and it's like, no, don't do that, because that's like the last thing you want to do, like to someone who's, like suffering with that, is to romanticize their issues. You do not want to do that. So so for this show, for me, I feel it's like it's a little bit more of a breath of fresh air, like this one and with After the Rain. So
you're saying that a show like Re:Zero, where the main character is a moron, is unrealistic?
Well, I guess it depends on your definition of her being a moron.
So it's Re:Zero, I'm just like, I don't know, it's there's a lot of times when I'm watching Re:Zero and I still don't know what's going on because everything keeps getting reset. That's the gist or the gimmick of the show. But it's like I see the characters and the way they tried to manipulate the guy, and he basically solves every problem by being, well, I'm a moron and I'm too stupid to know what's going on, so I'm just going to do this my way. And all the supporting cast is just like, what? And then he's like, yeah, So, and then they just are like, that's how he earns all their respect, because they're all like, you're a moron and I didn't see that coming, but you saved the day, so okay.
Oh, it's like that one show. I'm trying to remember. I want to, correct me if I'm wrong, like, I think it was from, like, it was like a certain magical index or something, or a certain magical railgun.
Yes.
Where it's like the dude, like, he just solves problems, but just punching people.
No, that Cells at Work, season 1 and season 2. And his name is White Blood Cell.
Because, like, I would see, like, clips of, like, this dude just, like, punching girls in the face, just, like, out of nowhere, just, like, bam, just like rap a chick. I'm like, what the heck, man? It's, like, just out of nowhere.
That actually might be JoJo.
Well, I know the thing with that guy is everybody in there has powers, like superpowers, but he can like negate them.
Okay.
If he touches, if they touch him with that hand, which is why he uses that hand to punch them.
Okay. And Misaka wears a glove.
It negates their powers.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I just know like Misaka is a huge cause bait. Yeah.
The lightning chick.
Yeah, the lightning chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like on the 3rd season and every season that was like 26 episodes or something. It's like, and that dude Accelerator got his own spin-off as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. I've never seen it, but yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's like I said, you're not wrong with isekais and all of that, and it's interesting to see how every isekai tries to stand out from the last one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't fault you. I don't fault anybody who's just all like, yeah, all these isekais are the same. So. and all the isekais as well are all have at least one character voiced by Kirito. It's just how it goes. So, except Mommy Online. I don't think Mommy Online has Kirito yet. Watch season 2 when it comes out. It's like the new guy, great, voiced by Kirito. Fuck. So, but. With that being said, with you talking about punching chicks, the first topic of the night is so interesting goings-ons right now in the world of nerds. And I wanted to briefly touch on the cancel culture issue because Last week now, they canceled Gina Carano from Star Wars. And what has always been my issue, and we talked about this last year with Uzaki-chan and all of that, and the redraws, and I basically said that these people have no artistic integrity. They don't, not only artistic integrity, they don't have anything. They can't create. They only know how to destroy. And I was all like, my concern has always been they're going to come for anime. Because this was even before I really knew, like, you, Mikhaila. And I wasn't really hanging out with Roman, but this was almost like 2013, and I was oblivious to everything going on, and they started getting mad at Senran Kagura. You know, they were like, Senran Kagura is done. I'm like, what? Is this like your first anime? Do you not know how anime is? Do you guys not remember like Naga the Serpent? And they were just all like, she's dumb too. What? It was like, this is anime. Big titty bitches is prime anime. Like, that was the thing. You know, like, my was stacked. It's just the thing about anime. And that was the first time I noticed that. And then not long after Senran Kagura came about, then they started going after Harada and Tekken, because they said that Lucky Chloe was a dumb character. And I was all like, bruh, you know, in Tekken Tag 2, the dudes have swimsuits, right? Like, you could literally put Heihachi in a thong. How much more equal do you want? And I'm just like, these people don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, but were the girls in thongs?
Of course. He put everybody in a thong.
Good.
Yeah, I think the only ones that probably didn't have costumes at the time is probably Panda. But I mean, that's equal too. Panda doesn't need to wear anything. Triggered? Well, now in 7 you can actually start putting Panda in costumes and whatnot. So, Kuma and Panda, now you can like put accessories and hats and shirts and stuff and vests on them. But
making cat girl Panda.
Yeah, yes you can. Absolutely. And so that's when it just kind of like happened. And that was the first time I really noticed that anime was actually triggering people, and I didn't really understand it, and I didn't really think about it. And you know, you see it now, it's almost like whenever a new anime gets announced, you're just waiting to see what's the complaint going to be. And, you know, like I said, they said with Uzaki that it was an unrealistic character and all that. And you had actual Japanese women coming out and saying, actually, no, I look a lot like Uzaki, or I have a similar body type to Uzaki. She's not that far-fetched.
Don't forget that if you liked Uzaki, you were a pedophile.
Yes. Even though she was 19, and she actually hit 20 in the anime.
Yeah.
And they celebrated her birthday. She became legal drinking age in the course of the show, and still they're like, you're a pedophile. You're a pet. I'm like, dude. So, you know, basically, but every time they came for anime, like, you know, Shimoneta, Keijo, all those cultural revolutionary moments where they basically got told to piss off, and now Redo of Healer is the current one. They go away and then they come back. It's like they go back to some form of Western media, and then they come back, and you know, they do that. It's like when they notice that no one's paying attention to them in the anime community, they do go somewhere else, and then when they see everyone's talking again about some anime or some show, then they come back and complain, and then they get told to kick rocks again, and the cycle continues. So I see that, and I'm, like I said, I'm in it to keep anime, and that's my concern. And not long after that, on Saturday, my brothers sent me this girl, and she was on TikTok, and she was just complaining about how the Boku Hero girls are all unrealistic standards. And my first response to my brothers was, first off, I told you so. That once they're done, they've already destroyed Marvel, they've destroyed DC. And in a minute, they're going to complain that Paul Bettany from WandaVision, you know, Vision himself, he was in the Da Vinci Code, and he was murdering priests and all of that, and he was, you know, slapping himself with that chain spike rope. So, you know, that's like toxic masculinity and you know, anti-Catholic and Catholic, you know, and all that stuff. So, I just, you know, in a minute, they're going to cancel him. And if they didn't, I just gave him ammunition to. So in a minute they're canceling Marvel, they're canceling DC, they're canceling Star Wars, then you know. And so she's talking about the unrealistic standards of Boku Hero, and I'm all like, you know, she's talking about unrealistic standards in anime, in the Boku Hero and in anime superheroes. Marvel gave you all the new Warriors, and you all rejected it. It gave you quote unquote realistic body standards or body types, and y'all said no. All right, Marvel Disney made the comic exactly what you were asking for, and y'all said no. What do you want then?
They don't want anything.
They don't. They just
want to complain.
They just want to complain. They don't care. They're not in it and they're not in it. And then when you're like, okay, fine, here you go, they're like, eh. Boku Hero sucks. Ninja Day's boobs are too big. I'm like, are you what? Oh my!
Dude, it's just a drawing. Calm down.
I know. It's never good enough. It never ends, and it's always going to be like I'm doing backflips, hooting and hollering. Look at me, and that's why I wanted to touch on it because, you know, if you don't see it coming, it is coming because these people, you know, I forgot where I said it, but they ran a test where they asked like Chinese kids, like elementary kids, what they want to be when they grow up, and they all kind of responded, you know, the typical stuff: doctor, lawyer, astronaut, right? And then they asked the American kids, what do y'all want to grow up? Guess what they said?
I want to be Goku.
One of the yes. They said YouTube and TikTok influencer.
They want that easy money.
And
how isn't that easy?
You know. How do you do it? You just turn on the mic and start complaining, just like we're doing. So, you know. So it's just like, dude. It's like, man, I just, yeah, and you know, I brought it up because in a minute we're gonna start talking about Nagataro, which is another target they have their eyes on, which is going to be my segue. But yeah, I wanted to touch on it because it is an overarching issue. And actually, Sakio, I shared an article on the Facebook page, and I saw that you reacted to it. And in it, it was, you know, this dude, he made an animator's house in Japan for other animators because they make such crap pay. And in the article, the interviewer actually asked them, they were like, yo, how can, like, international fans support you? And he goes, well, you know, just understand that we're going to do what we're going to do and buy our stuff. And I love that he pointed that out. I mean, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I screenshotted it because I couldn't believe he said that. He said, we want to value our overseas fans and create anime together. And then in parentheses, of course, that doesn't mean losing the unique characteristic of anime in the process. I died because if you don't think the Japanese, the anime, the Shueisha and Shonen Jump and Kodansha, if you don't think they know that we're over here destroying ourselves culturally, if you don't think they're caught on to that, bruh, they put Spider-Man in So I'm a Spider, so what? Okay? By the way, ironically enough, Aoyuki did voice Gwen Stacy in the Japanese dub of Enter the Spider-Verse. Just saying! So she's already been Spider-Man. Literally. But yeah, they know about cancel culture. They know about all of that. And this dude's just all like, yeah, buy our stuff, but just know we're going to keep making big titty bitches.
That's okay with me.
That's right. And so yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. And you know, I don't want to sound like a gatekeeper. I really want to make that distinction, but at the same time, I said this before when I believe it was during the Uzaki like end of the season. I said that there's a way to show appreciation and fan art, and then there's this way that you're just trying to make it about you, and that's what I have a problem about. You know, if you want to say the show sucks or the character's dumb, probably going to be right there with you because Uzaki wasn't even my favorite character in the show, but. You know, that's one avenue, that's one approach to it. But to be all like, Uzaki's dumb, I made her better. No, you didn't make her better. You just made her in your own vision. And that's not fan art. It's not being a fan. It's just you co-opting something and making it about yourself. That's where I have a problem. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was like back when they were doing the Sailor Moon redraws. And there were like people who complained that Sailor Moon looked too white. Like a original like Japanese character from Japan, well, from the moon, but like her character is depicted as Japanese, and these people were complaining that she looked too white, so they went out of their way to redraw her to look more Asian or like look more Japanese.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked bad.
Yeah. Most of them were pretty bad. And you know, the other thing too is you got to really laugh or take it with a grain of salt that the people that are most talking about fairness and equality and all that are the ones that are just stealing something and making it based off them. Like, instead of respecting the artist's vision, they're just, you know, and being tolerant of the artist's vision, they're just making it about themselves.
Yeah.
And that also is kind of funny to me, you know? We're so tolerant here, let me fix this for you. Like, you know what was it, Takenouchi, right? Was her name? The original mangaka for Sailor Moon?
Yeah, I think that's her name, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so something along those lines. It's as if you knew what she was thinking back in the 80s. You know? So it's like that. That's where I have my beef.
She just didn't know any better.
Yeah. That's what it is. She couldn't foresee 2020 and 2021, man. That's all it was.
Hindsight.
Yeah. It's so ridiculous, and it really is. And you know, and to go off what Sakiel was also saying too about Wonder Egg and about the issues and all of that. I enjoy the conversation, and I actually am down with more topics like that being covered, and you know, expanding on storylines, because you know I it's kind of like a Muso game. Even though I can watch 17 isekais in one season, if there's something else that's different, sure, that's great. So I don't mind that. So I'm down with that, but you know. Yeah.
So if I may, like, to kind of like go back to touch base about cancel culture. So to kind of put a different perspective of this too, because I've experienced it more like on the video game side of things, as opposed to the anime side of things. So like back when Dragon's Crown was, you know, like was the big thing that came out, and this was like, just to put in perspective, like back when this game came out for the PS3. So the thing about Vanillaware is the way they draw their characters is like, it's pretty much like for a lot of the women, like they're pretty much drawn like very provocatively. So they're like very voluptuous, or like if it's like, say if it's a warrior woman, like she's very muscular. So at the time, like when the game came out, there was a lot of buzz over how the sorceress looked like, because she has anime titties, like straight up anime titties, right? You know, and it's like they went out their way to animate these voluptuous bouncy titties, right? So people started having a conniption fit over it, and it's like this character has unrealistic proportions, right? So like people complain about it, and I vaguely remember this, so my recollection of this might be a little bit off, but Erin Fitzgerald, like the English voice actress for Sorceress, she's just pretty much like, just to kind of like, going by my recollection on this, she's just pretty much like, it's like, hey, it's a fictional character in a fictional world. You know, it's like, why you guys are making such a big deal out of it, you know? Because like, I think at the time too, people were hounding her down for voicing this character. So like they're kind of like giving her a lot of flack on that, and she's like, come on you guys, really? It's a fictional character, like let it go, pretty much, you know. So, and also like when you were talking about Senran Kagura too, because like even with the games that came out too, because like people were complaining about the games as well. And then back when Bayonetta came out, people were saying like how Bayonetta was made for the male gaze because of how like you had like the camera angles where they would zoom in on her chest or they zoom in on her crotch, you know. And I guess to go even further back, when people were complaining about God of War and how pretty much like Kratos was playing on like the male like power fantasy. So if you guys are going to complain about this is my feeling on it. You know, it's like at the end of the day, it is a fictional character in a fictional world. So it's like for you to try to give it some kind of like autonomy, you know, it's like they're not real people. If they're real people, then maybe, but still, like at the end of the day, it is a fictional character in a fictional world. So like for me, like going back to Bayonetta, because there was a person on Discord, like me and her were talking about Bayonetta and just how awesome she just is as a character, just in general.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing that a lot of these complainers like to like kind of like glance over. Bayonetta is designed by a woman.
Yes.
Yes, she is designed by a woman, and people just glaze over that. And it's like, for her to design this type of character, it's like she's like very honored to design this character, and like pretty much planned and knew what they were doing as far as like designing Bayonetta and the type of character she was going to be, you know. So, so for me, like I see Bayonetta as a character, and she's very confident, you know, and like I guess you could say a little bit more sexualized, but it's in the way where like she is very confident in her sexuality. Like you have like characters like I guess going back to anime, Ghost Sweeper Mikami. You know, like you can see her as a sexualized character, but she's very confident in her sexuality. Like with those type of characters, like with that type of confidence, and they can kick ass. For me, that's my power fantasy, dude. Like, you know, I want to play as a kick-ass, sexy, like, woman in a, you know, like in a game, or see something like that in an anime, because, like, for me, that's empowering for me, you know, because it's like, you know, and for me to play as his characters, or like to kind of like live vicariously as this character in an anime, that's my power fantasy. You know, so I don't know what you people are talking about. I mean, it's like, if anything, like for these people who are complaining about, you know, like these characters are not up to a realistic standard for them as far as like their body proportions or their race or their sexual orientation. Like pretty much they're just finding like someone like they can just like insert themselves into. That's pretty much all it is, you know, because it's, you know, like they don't, it's like they, like you said, it's like they just want it to be all about them. It's like rules for thee, but not for me, you know. So even if they do like you said, like how they were making the comic, you know, and they made the characters where it's like, here you go, here's the story with these characters that you guys want, and you still said no, because when it came down to it, you guys could not self-insert yourselves in the story. And that's why you bitched.
I'm gonna declare shenanigans on your power fantasy and say, let's be honest, all you really want to do is be Dante. You know, that you want to swing your sword, fire your guns, go home, eat pizza, and then when someone calls, just kick the desk, and that's how you answer the phone. I know you. You can't fool me. Although, you know, Devil May Cry, though, to be honest, was a product of its time, because corded phones don't really exist now, so he'd have to, like, kick the desk so hard it answers his cell phone. But
he could do it.
I mean, it's Dante. Yes, he could definitely do it, but yeah. No. That's... Yeah, that's... that's all I can absolutely say. And I was going to tell you, too, in terms of Dragon's Crown, I was more of an Amazon myself, so... Mm-hmm. So Amazon, #Team Amazon all the way.
I got a figure of both. So
yeah, fair.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I got an Amazon figure and I got a Sorcerer's figure.
I need to get that. I need to get the Amazon statue. But yeah, and I bought all three versions of Dragon's Crown too. I have the Vita, the PS3, and the PS4 HD. So that tells you how much I love that game. And yeah, no, it was. And it's an interesting point that you brought up the video game aspect for it, because you saw two aspects to it, which was they went after the voice actor and all of that for Dragon's Crown, And then more recently you saw it in Nier Automata when they were trying to, after the demo came out, and they were just being disgusted with 2B. But then Yoko Taro immediately came out and he's all like, "What? I love this shit. Give me more." And then he himself shut it down. That was the end of that. When the director of the game comes out and's all like, "I love this. What can you do? Mm-hmm. What can you say?"
Exactly.
You can't shame him. He said it. He said, "Do it." He said, "Bring it up." And then what did he say? He's like, "Give me all the Rule 34." And they did it. They found everything that was at the time available, sent it to him as a zip file, and he was just like, "Oh well, they actually did it." And he laughed. He laughed. He was all like, "Sure." So, and that was the end of that. So he, and it's kind of reminding me of what I'm going through in one of my classes, is literally about like crisis management and all that. And that was a way to solve the problem. He saw some vocal minority was getting super salty and butthurt. He jumped in front of it and he presented an option. He's all like, "Hey, this is how it is. You can take it or leave it, but I'm not changing it because this is my vision. I love anime chicks, so I'm going to put one in my game. You can buy it or you don't." And look what happened. It worked. So, that's what a lot more directors, a lot more studios, a lot more creators need to do. They need to just be all like, "This is my vision. You can join me or you can go somewhere else. And, hate to see you leave, but don't let the door hit you on the way out."
Yeah, it was like with like most recently, like with Sense, a Cyberpunk Ghost Story.
Yeah.
So like how they had like this indie company, Top Hat, where like people were complaining about the main character like looking too busty, and like other characters kind of like looking kind of like the same way. Yeah. And they went out a way. It's like, okay, it's one of the threats to tell you guys like, look, we're not gonna censor or change anything about this game at all. This is to our vision. Deal with it. But it was another thing too, like people went out their way to send them death threats, and like they put those people on blast, like on their social media. Is like, because at first when they brought it up, people didn't believe them. They thought they were making that up, like as a publicity stunt, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, look, we're going to show you guys screenshots of the messages, like from social media and from our email, at people sending us death threats because they do not like what our game looks like. So it was pretty much them giving that vocal minority the middle finger, and it's like, hey, this is the type of game that we want to make, and we're gonna bring out. Deal with it.
That's how you do it.
Yep.
That's how you do it, because again, this is the foundations of media and all that. It is ridiculous. It's absurd. That's why it's anime. And what's funny too is, and to your credit as well, Sakiel, you bring up the true issue, which is really the lack of diverse genres. That's the issue we should be complaining about, because it's all like, what's this one? Isekai. What's this one? Harem. What's this one? Love comedy, rom-com. What's this one? Action. And it's like, And that's really where we're at. Where we need to start finding some creators to remake the wheel here, redo the healer. Redo the healer. Wow.
Redo the healer.
Yeah. Don't redo the healer. Don't redo the healer. Oh man. Bark like a dog. Now cluck like a chicken.
Yeah, it's like, dude, that's what I miss about like video games like back in the 90s. It was like, like developers like and like studios like they were so open to experiment with genres and like IPs and everything. So like you would have games that are coming out that were just so like obscure, and like for like the normal person, like they would think like this game was like really absurd just because of just how unique and how different it is. Right. But now you have games now where it's like, it's pretty much like, oh, what's the next game's gonna come out? Oh, it's another remake. Oh, what's the next game coming out? Oh, it's another Call of Duty or another like shooter or another like we call it like an arena shooter or something like that, right? Because it's like now it's like they don't want to take risk anymore because it's like, it's they care more about like what series or what type of genres are going to make them money, so they're not taking those risks. So you have it where you're having these indie developers, these indie studios making these games, so it's kind of like this revival of, like these types of games are touching on different genres and different topics now, which is great. It's like, I kind of wish like bigger studios, like say like Capcom or like, like Namco or whatever, like, or even like Konami, like just stop making like patchy slot games, Konami. Please go back to making like games. It's like, but it's like it's that sort of thing where, like with also what you're saying with anime, it's like, oh, what's the new show that's coming out? Oh, it's another isekai that has a long ass name that you're not going to remember.
Yeah, even with I love making the "Do you love your mom?" and her two hit multi attacks. Even that, the official like Facebook page is just called Okasan Online. That's why I call it Mommy Online. Well, that and Roman hates it when the subtitles changed it to Mommy. So
no, I hate it when she would call herself Mommy.
Yeah,
I didn't care if anybody else said it. I hate it when she said it.
Well, that was the subtitles though. What if they subtitled it to herself just saying "Mom"?
I'd have been fine with it.
Yeah, like "Mom's here now, don't worry."
But that's not what she would say in the subtitles.
And yeah, the subtitles said "Mommy."
Mommy is here.
Mommy is here.
She's like, shut up.
That's Kayano Ai. You can't tell Kayano. You just say you love Kayano Ai.
I love darkness.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
I told you, I don't stick with voice actors. Okay. I stick with the character.
All right.
I don't care about Kayano Ai, really. I care about darkness. And if she has another character that's pretty cool, then yeah, okay. But darkness.
Mamako was pretty cool.
Yeah, but Medi was better.
Oh, God.
Except for Medi Dragon. Did not need a booby dragon on the show. That was just weird.
Yeah. 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 I missed that show. Man, when's season 2 coming out? When's season 2? But yeah. 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 They'll and I think that last year I think was really bad too because, well, it was gonna happen because they had nothing better to do. So it was all like, well, I'm miserable. Life sucks. Let me just complain about everything. What are the kids having fun with? They're having fun with that. Let me complain about it. And and when in instances like Last of Us 2, they were complaining on both ends. They were complaining that people were hating that it was good or that people liked it, and then there was people complaining that it sucked. So people were complaining about both sides. So, yeah.
And then it won Game of the Year.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks to She-Hulk.
I was watching Critical Drinker's review on it. He called her Gigantor. So I was like, I'm calling her Gigantor from now on. Oh I'm calling her, I don't care. I'm calling her Gigantor. Oh, I think when we're done recording this podcast, I'm gonna put his video out there. Like, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is that when people are complaining and all of that, I turn to this sarcastic humor because everything is like a problem. Everything sucks. So I'm just gonna listen to people bitch and moan and be sarcastic about it, and at least be funny. If you're gonna complain about something, at least be funny about it. And Critical Drinker has just been he I can't recommend him enough. That I think like Irish, Italian, and Australians, I'm very biased towards because I think they're some of the most based, honest people that just don't care. They'll give it to you straight, and I just have this like deep level of respect for all of them. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because they're like very big drinkers. It's a culture of drinking. Irish, Italians, and Australians. I know that's very vague. It's like, I mean, everybody drinks, right? But, it's just like those three is like some of their best takes came as a result of one of them getting drunk. And then they just went off, and I just respect the hell out of it. And, yeah, he just... Gigantor. So... But yeah, I agree with Roman. Shout outs to She-Hulk. Congratulations on her win. You know, so yeah, and that's why I think that last year was very, very big too. And yeah, and then when companies do finally pander to these people and they give them exactly what they're looking for, these quote unquote realistic standards or these realistic types. They just don't support it. They just don't support it. But they'll come back and they'll start complaining about things that are more mainstream or have more like wide appeal, like Boku Hero. And you can pull up the reports. Like last year when Boku Hero manga sales were outselling Marvel Comics and DC Comics, and then even like Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer was the number one movie until Gintama, because well, it's Gintama. But I can bet you that once you add in like international sales, Demon Slayer will outsell Gintama, because Gintama is just not that big outside of Japan. But that's not to say that Gintama is not a necessary force, because we need parodies like that. But yeah, there's a reason why Demon Slayer has such mass appeal. It's a good character. I think Roman said it best. I think Roman said it, where he's just like, all Demon Slayer has is story, animation, and characters. Other than that, it sucks.
Yeah, I brought that up because somebody was on there, like, if it didn't have, what, I call it ufotable, I don't know what, yeah. If they didn't have them, if it didn't have the good music or the characters, then nobody would like it. It's like, well, you're taking everything good away from it.
Yeah, everything that makes a show a show, okay. You know, if it wasn't such an anime, it wouldn't be a good anime. It's like, what? So, you know, I'm sorry that...
How dare they make a good anime?
Yeah, I'm sorry that it's not Steven Universe. Jeez, whoops. So, you know.
Man.
With that rant being in place now, let's talk about Nagataro. unless Sakiel, you have anything else you wanted to add, I'm pretty much done. Because, like, this segues into Nagataro, because they've been trying to cancel Nagataro, and now she's about to get her own show. We just got another preview, and we've gotten some snippets of Uesaka Sumire as Nagataro in character, and they put out the opening, so it's looking pretty good. But yeah, I'm done. Unless you guys have anything else to add to cancel culture, I'm ready. Yeah.
Let's cancel.
I don't have anything else to add.
Let's cancel culture. I agree, man. I agree. I'm down to support Nagataro. Just I'm not gonna buy anything that says, "Please don't toy with me, Nagataro." I'm not buying that.
I kind of have to. I buy the manga, and they have it as don't toy.
I'm not gonna do that.
I'm still buying the manga because I want to support the series. But
I will buy her Nendo. I will buy Raw Scrolls. I will buy statue. I'll buy a Nagataro statue.
I have one.
Was it a statue or figure?
They're technically statues.
Okay,
scale figures.
I'm gonna need to,
yeah,
I'm gonna need to pick this up. How long ago did that come out?
I think I got it in October, November.
Oh, so it's not that old. Okay.
Yeah, it's not that old.
Okay. Who made it?
Oh, I don't remember. It wasn't a company that I really know.
Okay.
They're kind of new, I think.
Okay. So, and we mentioned this offline, but Roman is going to be kind of like the Nagataro specialist. He did talk about Nagataro during the manga episode, because we did bring it up because the anime was announced and it was in production.
Right.
But it's coming, I believe it's April, right?
Yeah. So next season, I think.
Yes, next season. They're ramping up all the promos and the previews. But so let me ask, do you see anything missing so far in the anime, that the previews that's missing from the manga, basically? Do you see anything?
I don't remember if they showed the club president.
Okay.
They might be saving her because she likes to be nude. Like, most of her artwork is her in the nude. and then she'll like, she's kind of a nudist.
Okay. So, are we going to get the white rays of light?
Well, no, because they didn't really show anything.
Okay.
They would be like her hair would cover her nipples or something like that. Yeah.
The convenient censoring. Okay.
The convenient censoring.
Okay. Because basically, I'm getting at is, are we gonna have to buy the Blu-rays to free the nip?
No, that they don't show anything.
Oh, I was about to say it didn't sound like an R17. I figured at best it would have been like an R13.
No, yeah. She just likes to be nude, but they don't show anything.
Okay. Well, that's a problem because why is she walking around nude, showing cleavage? Cancel.
Like, I know one chapter they're doing the Culture Fest, and she does a portrait for the club.
Okay.
And it ended up getting shut down by the school, the school council.
Okay.
Because she had it approved, but she didn't tell them that she was going to be nude. So they were like, "Yeah, you can't do this."
I like the club president. All right. She might be my favorite character.
And she's like, "I had this approved already. You can't do this." And she's like, "Well, you didn't say it was nude. You just said that you were going to do a portrait." And it's frontal. So it was like, "Yeah, you can't. No." Like she did that the last year too, but it was a butt shot. I guess they were fine with that, but no frontal. Yeah.
You're actually touching on my next question for me. I was going to say, do you see anything that actually would be considered problematic that you would be like, yeah, that's not going to make it into the anime?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, she's like Nagatoro is at her worst maybe in the first couple of chapters. Mm-hmm. And then it just turns into more of a flirty kind of like a
awkward situation.
Yeah, like she's teasing, like a flirty tease kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, the first couple chapters, she actually makes him cry. But even then, I was like, I kind of feel like she likes this dude.
So, who would you say is worse? Would you say Nagatoro or Uzaki is worse?
Uzaki was just kind of poking fun at you, but she was mostly trying to get you to, like, her senpai to come out and do stuff.
Right.
Because she didn't want him to be all by himself throughout his college life and just be, well, what she figured was not have fun.
Senpai, come hit on my mom.
And Nagatoro was more, I wouldn't even say really bullying, but I guess he would say bullying. But I don't think either of them are that bad. Nagatoro doesn't really have her, like, she doesn't tell you her motivations.
Right. Well,
Uzaki in the very first episode is like, okay, you're hanging out with me from now on, and then she would just pick on him.
Yeah, because she felt inspired by him and wanted to help. So, but yeah, she just ended up just messing with him. With Uzaki.
Yeah, with Uzaki.
Yeah. But yeah, that was something else too. So like, why is it? Is Nagatoro just a bitch, or did they explain why she does it? Is she a jerk just for being a jerk, or?
It's never actually explained, but
okay.
I'm pretty positive. Like I said, and it's more prevalent in the later chapters that she just likes him.
Okay.
But I guess she's not like one of those, I'm going to just come out and tell you.
Okay.
So I'm going to pick on you until you figure it out.
Got it. Yeah. And
what they rag on guys for doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
She's doing to him.
Yeah, and so when they say stuff like bully, I always have the 80s type of bully connotations of bully, like Nagatoro stuffing him in a locker or putting his head into a toilet. Right. And I was like, I'd be down with that. A female empowerment, am I right? Stuff him in the locker. And then it's all like, why did she put his face in the toilet? Oh, it's because she likes him. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but she never did any of that. No shoving him in the trash can or anything.
Yeah, like trip him.
Yeah. And like I said, in the later chapters, she just kind of, it's more like teasing. Like a playful teasing kind of thing.
I knew that this had the potential to be good because when they cast Uesaka Sumire as the voice actress, she crazy. I don't know if you know this or not. I know that you remember her from Bang Dream.
Right.
And she's also Suzuna in Princess Connect. But she's saying the ending to Shimonetta. Even though, to my knowledge, in my recollection, she didn't even voice a character in Shimonetta. She just sang the ending. And she also was Fubuki in Kansai Collection in Kanko. And I was like, she can be kind of quirky.
I think she has like 3 characters in Azure Lane.
Right, yeah. That's great. What a range. The Seiyu page, when it was her birthday, they said that she's obsessed with Russian culture. I was like, she's crazy, man. So I think that was a great pick. I was concerned when they got Satania to do Uzaki, but then after that, I was like, all right, I can't see anybody else doing this. I can't see anyone else doing this character, so that was a good fit. So watching the latest commercial for Nagataro, I was like, yeah, if they were going to get anybody who's going to be crazy and obnoxious, because Nagataro has those crazy faces, those crazy eyes.
Yeah.
So, how you feeling about that? You think they're doing her justice?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing all the craziness she's going to throw out.
Who's your favorite character though in the show? In the manga, I should technically say.
Well, it focuses mainly on the 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, her friends will make an appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Was there Gamo-chan and a couple others?
Yeah, you can use the...
Oh yeah, I keep wanting to use my phone because I'm not like...
So basically, we just told Sakiel that, isekais are dumb. So now trying to get her convinced to watch Nagatoro.
Look at this. People also ask, is Nagatoro black?
She can be whatever you want her to be. Knock yourself out.
Okay, these are the characters. Oh yeah, they do have the president right here.
I love how they don't have any names. It's literally president.
Oh yeah, see this new
Their profile pictures. Okay, that's actually really cutting it really close. They're gonna have to extend her hair for sure. Oh, she has the sling bikini.
Yeah.
The sling one piece. Oh my goodness.
They got the bunny girl as well. See if it'll pop up.
Yeah, I like President. I think President's gonna be...
Oh yeah, see there she is nude again.
I'm impressed that they were able to get away with so much. Well, what's the story with Friend D? Sakiel might be interested in Guy A, Guy B, and Guy C.
Oh, background characters. Fun.
Robbie-chan?
Oh god, that reminds me, like in Jubei-chan, where it's like they would run like this trope where it's like, oh, like the side characters or background characters, like they draw where they're just like outlines.
There was another show too, I think, that Roman was talking about in the manga episode where they did that. Or was it Gabi-chan? Where the characters are just like squiggles little? Squiggle? I was trying to say we don't know her voice actress yet. We haven't gotten that far. Yeah, wasn't there a manga you were talking about where the background characters were like squiggles or something, or just outlines of people?
I feel like there was.
Okay.
I don't think it was Oyasumi Pun Pun.
It's okay.
I'm gonna be thinking about it now.
Now you're gonna be wondering about it. That's all good. Yeah. So let me ask you, do you think it's going to be as problematic as people are making it out to be? Like, how many episodes do you think is going to be the worst of it?
The first one. Like, maybe... It depends on how many chapters they do in each episode.
Mm.
If they get the first couple chapters out in the first episode, then that's it. It'll be a Goblin Slayer situation.
Okay. I was about to say...
She's going to be really horrible in the first episode, and then after that, it's like, oh, okay. She's cool. Which is basically how it was when the manga first came out. I remember reading it, and then looking through the comments, and everybody's talking about how much they hate her, and they don't know why they'd make it a manga like this, and now all of a sudden she's best girl.
And it started on Pixiv, right? Or was it
I think it's got some like I think it was like a web comic at first. Because from what I understand, the manga is more of a retelling from what the original one was, and she was a lot worse than that. Like, pretty horrible to the guy in there, and the author toned her down for the official release.
Should have kept her hardcore.
Yeah, I've never read the original, so I don't know how bad. But if I go by how people were describing her, then yeah, she was pretty horrible. A pretty horrible person.
Yeah, that scenario reminds me of like One Punch Man. Remember when it was Goichi, not Goichi. The 100 Go Sen or whatever his name was, the original mangaka, before the Ice Shield 21 guy took over.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like that. I think most of the storyline stayed the same, but then the Ice Shield 21 guy came and just really upped the quality of the animation.
Yeah, he just updated the art. But he kept the story pretty much the same, except for maybe a few things. But I believe he always talks to the author about it.
Okay.
Like when he makes a change, he talks to the guy and say, "Hey, I want to do this. Is that okay?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's fine." Or, "Well, let's kind of do this instead," or something.
So what's interesting about that is, to address the Nagatoro and cancel culture issue, this dude self-censored himself.
Pretty much.
So he already acknowledged that she might be a little bit too hardcore for these pansies. And then he's all like, let me adjust it for a more mainstream audience.
I guess so, yeah. Because he toned her down. And
they still ain't happy.
No, they're not. Well, the first few chapters they weren't. And I'm pretty sure people still aren't, because they see the title and they're like, bullying? What?
It never happens. Well, at least if you're going to be bullied, at least make her a cute one, huh?
Right.
Just say.
Also, yeah, Nagatoro's not black. She's just tanned.
Thanks for clarifying that. You should, when you get home, get on Google and answer that guy's question, or whoever that question.
Yeah, she's in the swim club, so yeah, she's tan.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense then. Yeah. Oh, so wait.
Yeah, because they show her sometimes when she's like changing. They show the like outline of her uniform.
Oh, okay.
From
the bathing suit.
Her bathing suit when she's
or swimsuit. Yeah.
Getting changed. So you see that she's got her white skin. It's just that everything that's not covered is tan because of the sun and everything. And
wait, that's racist. She's from Japan. She can't have white skin. That's not how this works.
Oh, right. Should I? Never mind. I'm not going to say that. Yeah. I was going to say something else, but I was like,
You're treading into very dangerous territory. But that's how it goes. Next thing you know, they're going to be like, the anime mystic guys are racist. That's how it goes. Well, like I said, prove me wrong. I will read your articles. I will watch your videos. Link it to me. I'm interested. Like I said, I'm always down for the conversation. That's why I'm doing all this. I'm having this Nagatoro anime Q&A right now. I'm trying to get Sakiel on board, so that Sakiel's description of ReZero is that show with the twins and that Amelia chick. So now it's gonna be Nagatoro is gonna be with that tan girl that bullies the wimp kid.
He is a wimp, though.
Yeah, one of the earliest memories I have of Nagatoro is when she thought that she was video chatting with him. And then she's like sending him all these like provocative pictures, and then she's like, he, I'm gonna get him and make me drool over me. And then she doesn't turn off the camera, and she's all like laughing, and he's like seeing everything, and then she gets like super embarrassed, and then like drops her phone in the tub. I think was that how it went?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure she was video chatting with him before she got into the tub.
Yeah.
But thought she turned the camera off.
Yeah.
But no, she didn't. And he was like covering his eyes, like, no. And he's like telling her, look, your camera's still on. And she's like, what? And then, yeah.
Bruh, main character Senpai is 17. He's 18 years old. Jeez.
Birthday is May 10th. It's the day after mine.
That's Deku. Daiki Yamashita, that's Deku. We know that. Oh, Deku. But Deku's always getting bullied in like all of his characters by powerful women. I don't know if you noticed that. Like in oh man, what was it with Of course I can remember the damn show. But yeah,
is this the one with the
Ponzi-san?
Yeah.
Yeah. Haruka Tomatsu is the queen bitch, and you can't change my mind.
Gamo-chan. I kind of like her.
Hey, it's my voice actress waifu! It's Mikaku Komatsu. Okay, never mind, she's my favorite.
Is that,
Sanzong.
Sanzong, yeah.
Sanzong and Flareika, and, I half ironically, half not seriously am telling Sakiel to watch Armor Shop for Ladies and Gentlemen, because Sakurai, he's the armor shop owner, and he doesn't care if you're a dude or a chick or a loli or whatever. He wants everyone to wear bikini armor. He just wants everyone to wear sexy armor. And he's like the biggest pervert, like, of all time. But it's Sakurai, and he just does it with a straight face. He's just like, and the thing about it too is that he's also a capable, like, everything, like warrior. So he can fight, and he knows magic. So he's not a wuss. But he's such a giant, like, perv. It's just like, what's your deal? What's wrong with you? And he does it with a straight face. They're all like, yo, this armor's like $50,000. And he's all like, I'll sell it to you for $5 just because you look good in it. So it's like, Arthur, damn it Merlin. I mean, not Merlin, that's in character for Merlin. Damn it, Proto-Arthur, you're better than this.
No. Damn it, Dick Wizard.
Oh man, but yeah. Mikaku Komatsu is just, she's been on a hot streak in my book. She's just done a whole bunch of characters that I ended up liking. That's why I'm super salty I didn't get Makoto in Princess Connect, because that's her too, and it's like, god damn it. But yeah, she'll be Sanzong in the Camelot OVA, so that'll be exciting. You can watch her cry and mope about Goku not being in there.
You mean like the Smash Bros. Guys?
Yes! You are correct.
Where's Goku? Shonen Jump ain't sharing that money.
No. Yeah, no.
Nintendo's not sharing that money.
Nintendo's not sharing that money. Because Shonen Jump is asking for it, and Nintendo's like, yeah, no. Yeah, that's the reason why Goku won't go in there, because I guess Nintendo, even if it was just in jest, they actually approached Shonen Jump about Goku and Smash, and Shonen Jump was just like, sure, but just so you know, we're gonna take 10%, like for all time. For all time, they were like, we're gonna take 10% royalties, and Nintendo is like, yeah, no. So that's why Goku is not in Smash.
Mm-hmm.
So all those other guys were just kind of like, well, I mean, like in the case of Bayonetta, they already basically owned Bayonetta. But for like Square, they must have negotiated some flat fee or something. But yeah, not with Shonen Jump. For Shonen Jump, they were like, yeah, no.
It's like,
you're going to be paying us.
Could you do 5% for Vegeta?
Tell you what, we'll negotiate. 2% you can have Nappa.
Nobody wants
You can have Yamcha for free.
Yamcha would probably be fun in Smash, though. But
he probably would be.
How is this one? Is Gamo-chan even a good character? I just like a whole in it for the voice actress.
I kind of like her. She's one of Nagatoro's, I guess, best friends.
Okay.
And she kind of sees like what's kind of going on between them, and she kind of eggs him on.
Okay.
All the time. Calling him out on things, and Nagatoro and him are always like, "What? No, that's not what's happening." It's like, yeah, whatever. Can't fool me.
Actually, I want to see how does she look like in the. So, Sakiel, are you convinced yet? Are you going to be watching Nagatoro?
Thinking about it. It was kind of like how you guys convinced me to watch the redo.
You could thank cancel culture on that one. That was absolutely Streisand effect. I don't know. I know I've seen this name before, but
Aina Suzuki.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I've seen Takagi-san, and I've read some of the manga. So, how does this compare?
I have not seen anything with Takagi-san, so I can't compare.
I will say that I've seen all of first season of Takagi, and it was very mild. It was very, very, very mild. Uzaki was more intense, that's for sure. And we did this, I think, I'm not sure if it was on our Uzaki recap or it was the manga episode. I think it was the Uzaki recap, where it basically goes in levels of intensity. It's like Takagi is like is mild.
An introduction to bullying.
Yes. Baby's first bully. And then Uzaki is like is medium, and then Nagataro is like hot. More ways than one.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it also is a credit to Takahashi Rie, because again she does, she's Megumi, but then she also does those mild mannered characters like Takagi too, and that was the one thing that Takagi has the Takagi has the edge over Uzaki and Nagataro, in that Takagi never technically lost. Like, she was such a good con artist or such a good bully, I guess you could say, bully. She never lost. And that's not to say that maybe she did in the manga or whatnot, but yeah, she never lost. The other two, they lost, quote unquote, a couple of times. But yeah, Takagi and her forehead, they never lost.
Tell you who really lost in Uzaki.
Who lost?
Senpai's wallet.
Fair. He had to throw away that futon.
And the Fist of the North Star reference. Where
Yeah.
she's ordering all the drinks, and they're like, your wallet is already dead.
That was great. If you ever want to convince me your show is great, just put a Fist of the North Star reference. I'm pulling up the characters now, and Yoshi. What's this cat deal? Is she a cat?
She kind of looks. Yeah.
She has an aoge and she has a cat face.
She also doesn't really say a whole lot. Like, most of the stuff she says is just repeating what Gamo-chan says.
Okay.
Or Nagatoro. Every once in a while she'll say something for herself, but yeah, see, usually imitate or repeat her friend's gestures or last words.
Interesting. It's quite a difference too, comparing the manga and the anime. Like, the manga, it doesn't look like a cat at all. Like, maybe there's no like lip thing, and then you look at the anime and it's like, that's a cat. Interesting. Yoshi, dirty blonde. Aina Suzuki. I don't know why that name sounds so familiar.
Maybe click on it. I tell you who else she's voiced.
Oh, it's Mari from and Joshin. Hey, it's Joshin from Dropkick. Hey, okay. I knew it. I was like, why does she sound so familiar? But Ohara Mari from Love Live. Okay.
Oh, okay. I've never seen Love Live. Oh. Your quintessential quintuplets.
Hongo.
I don't know who that is. I don't think it's one of the quintuplets, is it?
It is from quintuplets. That might be the little sister.
She's a Monster Girl doctor, too.
Eris. That was the Harpy.
And Sports Climbing Girls.
Sayo. That was one of the other girls from the other academy. Interesting.
No,
Interesting. Interesting. So it looks like they just basically blew the voice acting budget on Mikako Komatsu and Daiki Yamashita and Sumire Uesaka. So what's this? Pina. That's the little dragon that was with the chick. But yeah.
Watamote. Alice. I don't remember who that is. The Origami.
Now we're looking at all the voice actors.
Yeah, this happens all the time. Maiden Abyss. Nanachi. Okay.
Oh, hey. I know who that is.
Certain Magical Index 3. Demon Slayer? Kanata Ubuyashiki. I don't remember who that is.
Yeah, a bunch of background characters, apparently. Yeah. Well, she's really good at background characters. Yeah. She did 3 characters in Girls on Ponzer. All of them I don't recognize. Yeah. Well, good for her. She's breaking through now.
Cool. Yeah, I guess they won't get to the president since they don't have her voice actress. Or maybe she'll be towards the end.
Maybe they haven't put out a... Because I think the other ones, they've all been part of the commercials.
Yeah.
So I think that's how they all got introduced. But President's too controversial. So we gotta wait.
Or just because she's a nudist?
Yes.
And likes to be in... sling bikinis and bunny girl outfits and...
That's hardcore. That's but yeah, it's I can't imagine why they would ever want to cancel this show.
There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing at all.
What do you think its odds are, knowing what you know so far about next season? Do you think it's going to be top 10 at all? Do you think it has the potential to be top 10? Do you think this has mass appeal?
I think it will. I'm pretty positive the first couple episodes, maybe not, but it'll probably break in maybe around the middle of the season. Is what I'd say.
So I think Uzaki-chan kind of broke out like during the first couple of weeks. It was like top 5, but then by the end it was kind of like off. But it like Uzaki herself was still kind of up there.
Yeah,
if I remember right.
Yeah.
And Takagi was like always in top 10, but I don't know if the show... I can't recall if the show itself was, but I know her as a character, she was always in like top 10 female characters.
I think the show made at least the second season was up there for a little bit, and then it did the same thing and dropped off. At least for second season. I don't know about the first.
Everyone saw the it was too sweet and too lovey-dovey, and it was like, oh man, she should bully him some more.
Punch him in the face.
Yeah. Because actually, if I remember right, Nagataro actually does like beat up Senpai a little bit.
Jeez.
Not really.
No? I thought she like socks him a couple times.
Nah.
Okay.
It's more playful.
Okay. Yeah, it's she doesn't like stomp his nuts out. That's not like, we don't go redo of healer level, but you know.
Nah, she's not grabbing a rod or anything.
Don't toy with me, Kariaru. Or Kiaru. Yeah, you like that, huh? Oh man. That's it's pretty much it for now until the show comes out. This was kind of like my primer, my Q&A. Sakiel, what do you think? You have anything that you're curious about, or what you think so far? I mean, have you seen any of the commercials for Nagataro?
I've seen some of them. It's I'm kind of curious about the character dynamic because it's kind of like pretty much like seeing it kind of like as Takagi, but it's a little bit more like meaner, I guess. So it would be kind of interesting just to see how that develops.
What's your response?
Well, I mean, if you want to kind of check out a character who's kind of a mix between a tsundere and a yandere.
It's a good way to put it.
Interesting.
Because with him, she's kind of tsundere a bit.
Yeah.
Like, she won't admit to liking him or doing anything nice for him just because she wants to be nice. But if anybody tries to get close to him, she starts thinking of medieval torture.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
That's one of my favorite aspects of the show is whenever someone tries to or was it like Yoshi when she tries to bully him and then she just snatches her hand and she has that death stare.
Yeah.
That was one of my other favorite moment aside from her not turning off the phone camera.
Yeah, Yoshi was trying to do something Nagatoro did to him.
Yeah.
Like touch his hair or whatever.
Yeah.
Because Nagatoro was saying his hair was all greasy and Yoshi was trying to touch his hair and oh, greasy, and Nagatoro grabbed her hand and was like, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, just the death stare. No, it's my hair. Only I get to bully this hair. So, yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun to watch that animated. You think it'll be in the first 12 episodes, that scene?
Oh yeah, because they've got the other friend on there, not Yoshi or Gummo, the other one. I think that happens before the medieval torture stuff she starts imagining with this girl Sakura.
Okay.
And I think the thing with Yoshi happens before that. So
okay. They
should get to that.
Okay. Well, now I'm looking forward to this. This ought to be fun. This is definitely gonna, to quote a dead meme, rustle some jimmies. So, but all right. Closing questions. Closing thoughts. Anything?
Not really.
To it. All right. We're gonna come back to this conversation because I'm gonna have to ask you how accurate or how close to the manga this all was, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But the last topic for this episode is Demon Slayer. It's like we hinted at. It destroyed last year, and Madoka bless those Hong Kong Chinese hand cam rips. And I was kind of not even going to bother with it at first, but the longer that the lockdowns all went on, I was all like, okay, this is never going to happen. And it was like Demon Slayer, we missed Spring Song, the Third Heavens Feel movie we missed. I was all like, bruh. You know, what's funny too is on Facebook, I was getting tagged in memories because a week ago we had all gone to see Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh yeah,
in theaters, yeah, and that was and Sakiel, that was another cancel culture moment. I can't believe we keep coming back to this because remember, this was they made the first Sonic the Hedgehog trailer. They said Sonic looks like ass. They yelled at the producers and all of that, and the director, I believe, right?
Yeah, it was the director.
He came out and said, "I'm sorry, you know what? This wasn't up to your standards, so we're gonna go back. We're gonna do it again." And they did it again. They were like, you guys are the fans. You guys are the ones who are gonna be buying this product." And they did that, and they were like, "Cool." And as a result, what they make over 200 mil, at least, good enough to get a sequel.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and they got yelled at. They yelled at all these fans. They yelled at the director. They were like, "Quit being a pussy. Don't listen to these guys. They're toxic. They'll tell you what to do." And this dude's all like, "Well, they're the fans. They're the reason why we even got to the level where we can make a movie." And so this culture battle happened between Sonic the Hedgehog and Birds of Prey. And it was like, what? And so you had, all the yeah, girl power, yeah. And then you had, on the other hand, it's a stupid blue hedgehog that runs really fast, and he hangs out with humans, which I'm pretty sure makes them all a bunch of furries. And I was like, bruh. And so I did my part. I watched Sonic, and I stuck it to Birds of Prey, because you know what? If you ever tell me I get to stick it to the feminists, I'm on board, son. I don't know. I've always had this issue with the feminists and the intersectional feminists and all that. Probably since high school. I think that was my first kind of run-ins with them. This was like 9th, 10th grade. So this was almost like 99, almost 2000. And ever since then, I was like, you guys are obnoxious. I don't like you. I mean, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure we can negotiate on some things or work together on some things. So I don't like you. And so then when I heard I could kind of stick it to him by watching the stupid hedgehog, I was all like, all right. And I was like, the only time I ever cared about Sonic was Sonic the Hedgehog Saturday morning cartoons. When he was the fastest thing alive. That was the only time I cared about Sonic. I wasn't raised on Sega, never had a Sega Genesis. I didn't even play Streets of Rage. Even though everyone says, oh, it's better than Final Fight, I was like, eh. I'm Final Fight. I'm Team Final Fight all the way, baby. So I have no allegiance to Sega or Sonic, but because they made it this issue where it was like, if you don't go watch Birds of Prey, or if you go watch Sonic the Hedgehog, you're a toxic male, I'm like, well, guess I'm the toxic Avenger. And I went, and the movie wasn't even that bad. I was like, for all its quirky dorkiness, I was like, it's not even that bad. And then they ended in San Francisco on the Salesforce building, and I was laughing. I was like, oh, come on. All right. Because I guess that was, I'm not sure if this was the case, but maybe that was when they did Sonic Adventure. Was it 2? Sonic Adventure 2 with the big rig chase scene? I guess they really did model it after San Francisco because of all the hills.
Is San Francisco hilly?
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of got some hills over here. And so that was kind of like the in-cheek, like, Easter egg reference, was because the chase scene happened in a wannabe knockoff of San Francisco. They ended the movie there, and yeah. So it was funny to see the Salesforce building come into play, actually turned into a plot element. So yeah. And so yeah, that was the last movie we saw. See how it always comes back to cancel culture, man. Always comes back. Birds of Prey flopped. It's dead in the water. They're not doing anything with that. Sonic the Hedgehog is getting a sequel, so there's justice in the world. But Sonic the Hedgehog's sequel came at the expense of, like I said, Demon Slayer didn't come out internationally. Heaven's Feel didn't come out internationally. I want to say there was a third one, or maybe was Boku Hero, or Boku Hero came out.
Yeah, that came out.
But yeah, we didn't get Demon Slayer. We didn't get Heaven's Feel. So now we had the opportunity to watch it, and I was all like, screw it, we're going to do it. This is going to be an Anime Mystics exclusive. And I liked it. I thought
it was really good.
I mean, it's like I said, its only problem is that it's got good characters and good animation and a good story.
Yeah, you take all that away and it's bad.
Yeah. Take all that away, you get like Peter Grill.
You got the second season of One Punch Man.
Well, that wasn't even that bad. I don't know.
It wasn't, but you know how everybody was complaining about it.
Yeah. It's not Madhouse. It's like, you know what? I agree. Let's just make Ufotable animate everything from now on, okay? If Ufotable's not animating it, then it's not even... Who animated this? JC Staff? Garbage. Who animated this? A1 Production? Garbage. Who animated this? Cloverworks? Garbage.
I kind of hear the same thing with this Attack on Titan season. Mm-hmm. Because Mappa's doing the animation.
Garbage.
Yeah, because I don't know who did the first few seasons of that?
Studio Production IG.
Yeah. Yeah, now Mappa's doing it. And I keep hearing people complain about Mappa, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Dude, Mappa is doing Jujutsu Kaisen. They love Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah. But apparently not Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Some of them. Others are like, shut up. It's still good. Which is what they should have said about One Punch Man.
That's what we said. At least I said it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see what's the problem. If anything, I had more problem with the story of the One Punch Man than the animation. I thought the story was a little bit weaker this time.
Well, they needed to do a third season.
Okay.
Because, to finish it off.
Okay.
Because I think they only got halfway through that arc.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because they do have the big fight with Garo at the end. And the Monsters Association. Which is a really good fight. But it's also kind of like how you... Some of these guys are pretty weird. Like one of them I think is like sperm something. And like multiplies himself by billions of times to make himself more powerful.
Sakiel, are you caught up on One Punch Man?
I'm pretty much caught up on One Punch Man.
Okay. Do you know who he's talking about, or?
I have an idea of who he's talking about. Okay. I just can't recall for the life of me at the moment because it's like
I don't know.
It's been like a hot minute since I've seen like season 2, and I'm like kind of like behind on the manga. So
fair. When Roman's talking about black cell or sperm or whatever, I'm thinking of cells that work black.
Oh God! Oh God!
And their depiction of ducks.
Oh wow, his name is actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name's Black Sperm.
I wonder why they cut him out from the show, or at least didn't get to him yet. They're probably trying to figure out how to work him in.
I guess.
So yeah, Demon Slayer doesn't have any of these problems. Demon Slayer even made me like the movie. Actually, made me like Inosuke and Zenitsu. Like that was a tough task because I was telling Roman like at first I didn't like either one of them, and then Zenitsu started like manning up, and I was like, okay, now I kind of like Zenitsu. Inosuke's still kind of annoying though. Then everything he did on the movie, I was like, damn it, now I gotta like Inosuke. Ugh. So, and then on top of that, I was like, okay, Kaoruko, right? Was that his name, Kaoruko? Or am I thinking someone else? Fire guy. The Flame Hashira. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna like him. He seems like a giant tool. Okay, I'm pretty sure he's a tool. I'm not gonna like him. And then the movie happened, and I'm like, oh, I like him too. Fuck! I'm gonna buy his Nendoroid now. Damn it! Stupid show with their stupid good characters that are stupid good animation, their stupid good story. You literally didn't have that, it wouldn't be a good show. So dumb. Oh man. Again, I liked it at the end too when they literally paid Hayami Sawori just to come in and say like one line. They paid Hayami, and then they even paid. Speaking of Sakurai, because Sakurai does Giyu, Tomioka Giyu.
Yeah.
And so he comes in there too, and he's just like, oh. I'm all like, dude, Sakurai showed up for like 35,000 yen just to be like, oh. And then leave the studio. I was like, damn. Well, see, that's the one thing they don't tell you either, is that there's a bunch of like star power behind Demon Slayer, but they don't neglect that. They're too focused on the stupid characters and the stupid story with the stupid animation and all of that. And by the way, Sakiel, we did make that joke that with all the money they made off Infinity Train, they better have paid their taxes.
So, gentlemen, since we're talking about Demon Slayer, I would like to bring your attention to the upcoming fighting game.
Oh, I heard about that. I meant to share that on the Facebook group, but it's Cybertsu Connect, right?
Yeah.
I heard people were already complaining that it's a reskin of the Naruto PS2 fighting games. What are your thoughts on this?
Shrug.
The same person that brought this up, he goes, oh, this Game Watch is only going to come with 12 characters. And I was all like, you know what? As long as it has Mitsuri, I don't even care. I don't even care. You can put Kanao as DLC. I'll buy it. I'll buy Kanao DLC. Let's go. Ueda Reina deserves it. So, by the way, Ueda Reina's coming April for the Gray event for Lord El Malloy. Get your free Gray. Damn, that's gonna be a fun event. That's Inori Minase because Roman really loves Blue Ram. So he's all over. He's all over that.
Who?
Yeah, the other one, the other Ram, the Blue Ram.
Petra?
Yes. That's Orange Ram. That's Orange Ram. But yeah, yeah.
Don't let him fool you. I love Amelia.
So that means you love small Amelia, which means I'm calling the FBI.
Go ahead. She deserves protection.
Okay. You know, I said that before, that you have to respect Roman's loyalty to Amelia. Like, you know, every time I'm like, oh, this one's good. Because now I'm also team Echidna. And you know, Maya Sakamoto did Echidna's speech all in one take because it's Maya Sakamoto. She's just Maya Sakamoto. It's like her own tier, you know? It's like there's A tier, great tier, and then there's like Maya Sakamoto tier. But yeah. Maya Sakamoto also in Demon Slayer. She was the demon nurse. That demon doctor chick? Yeah. Yeah, that was her too.
The one who said that she can come up with a cure.
Yeah. Hell, if she's DLC, I'll buy her in the fighting game too. Let's go. I don't know if Maya Sakamoto's been in fighting games before though. That's an interesting one. No, she has. She's Lisa in Dead or Alive. So I take that back. I answered my own question.
Oh.
So
I don't know who that is.
Sakiel, you know who Lisa is in Dead or Alive, correct?
Yeah, La Mariposa.
Yes.
I pronounced that correctly.
La Mariposa, you are correct. She's Tina's best friend, Tina's BFF.
No. Well, the
she's the luchador chick.
Yes.
The last one I played was DOA 2, so.
Oh, okay.
I am way behind.
Right before her debut.
And the collab with Azurlane. I played that too.
Technically counts. But yeah. So, and then the fighting game got announced, and then season 2 got announced, which was weird because I always figured they would call it season 3, technically, because I figured the movie was season 2, but yeah, I'm just confusing myself now. but yeah. So, and then everyone is, you know, I don't know, I wouldn't say everyone, but I have seen people claiming that the second season is going to be one of the good story arcs or interesting story arcs, and I'm like, we'll see. So I don't know what to. I don't read the manga. You know, I don't have time to read mangas these days. So I'm going in blind.
As far as I know, it takes place in a red light district. So.
Oh, that'll be fun. You know, you say that, and I'm just thinking of poor Kito Akari, and I'm like, dude, you know she's like 13, right? Dude, taking it to the red light district.
Who?
Nezuko.
Oh, Nezuko. Yeah, if she's gonna be in a box, she'll be fine.
Put her in a box. It's my little sister. Put her in a box. Yo, but the Nezuko scenes in the movie, though, really fantastic. She really stole the show. I was like, yeah, and coming off of Over the Moon from last season, where she was Tsukasa, and Tsukasa was definitely best girl of the season. You know, she's great. She's fantastic.
Yeah.
What a great voice actress.
When she talks.
When she talks. So, yeah. And so my hesitation now is I'm trying not to get too deep into spoiler territory because I don't know how Sakiel feels about it, so I'm trying to keep this vague as all hell, but I again, like we were kind of hinting at before we got here, is I felt that the pacing was really good. It fit the format of a movie, and I can understand from a strategic purpose why they did this story arc in a movie versus like 4 or 5 episodes of the TV series. Mm-hmm. Because I couldn't imagine how you would like end those cliffhangers. You know, like you would have to be all like, and all of that. But
I mean, we're still going to get that.
Right.
Just not with this.
Just not on the train, yeah.
Also, the Hashira was Renkoku.
Renkoku. Thank you. And everybody cries. Everybody cries. Well. See, and they're sitting on the English dub, and so yeah, I think they're just gonna put it on Crunchyroll. I think they're just gonna do like all the other movies, like with Mulan and all those ones. I don't think they're gonna sit. I think they're just gonna put it out.
Which Mulan?
What's up?
Which Mulan?
The most recent one, the one that was supposed to come out last year, and they just put it on Disney Plus.
The $30 one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because remember, that's what Crunchyroll was also doing, like what they did with Konosuba, and then they did with Tanya. They put it out in theaters for like a week or two, and then a month later they just put it on the
streaming.
The streaming, yeah. So I think that's what they're going to do, because I think the more they drag this out, especially with the announcement of season 2, I think they're just going to put it on, just put it there to generate hype. Because if no one knows what the theaters are, or the alternative is that, let's say that the other half, like the East Coast gets in theaters, and the West Coast and the Midwest and the Central areas, we don't get nothing. It's just going to be spoiled for everybody.
Yeah.
So it's better to just, you can still put it out in theaters for those that want the theater experience, but at the same time, just put it on the streaming as well, like Crunchyroll or Funimation, so that everyone can get on it. Because, if you're just waiting for everybody, all you theaters universally to reopen, who knows when that's going to happen.
Or if you want to be really progressive, just put it on
I can neither condone nor confirm what's going on with that. I will say that there is a guy, because he did the same guy. It was the same person. Is getting these hand cams. They had also done this previously with the Boku Hero movie, the second one. Not the one that was the recap. So, 2 Heroes?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I did not watch... I had the opportunity to watch it, and I should have, because I still haven't watched that to this day. But, yeah. This person did it again with the Demon Slayer movie. It's just that this time I ran it by Roman to be all like, yo, do you want to be this guy? Do you want to be this guy to show the movie? And Roman's all like, sure. And he was like, all right, let's do it. So... yeah, it was worth it. It was worth it, and like I said, I'm definitely gonna go and watch it, in better quality and official subs.
Where the camera isn't getting all fuzzy in certain spots.
Yeah.
And you don't see people walking past the screen.
Yeah.
Or hear them eating.
Yeah. All the normal stuff that goes down in a theater. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sakiel.
Yes?
Who's your favorite Demon Slayer character? Go.
And why is it Shinobu?
God, it's hard to say. Like, the first one I would say is Inosuke, but I'm not sure. Like, God. It's like you guys are putting me on the spot.
Yep.
That's what we do here.
By the way, remember I told you that Kirito does like 95% or 90% of all isekais? Yeah, he's also the voice of Inosuke. Which means that Demon Slayer is an isekai now.
God.
It is a part of SAO.
Yes, it is a part of Sword Art.
Inosuke just hasn't become the Black Swordsman yet.
No, but he's on the verge of doing it. He's getting there. Yeah. Shinobu. See, I know Roman on the inside, man. He's a Hayami Saori fanboy. I know he is. He can't fool me. It's hard not to be either because Hayami Saori, like I said, Hayami Saori and Aoyuki are in a race to be in every single franchise ever imaginable of all time. Ever.
Only one of them does good characters.
Oh, this motherfucker right here. This guy. To be fair, I don't think Hayami Saori was in Madoka. I don't even think in the Machika, the records.
Well, she didn't want to one-up Aoyuki. Why would...
They are both in Demon Slayer, though. Aoyuki was one of the dolls from the selection exam. Yeah.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's one of those. I don't think she was in the movie, but yeah.
Like one of the girls, right?
Yeah.
At the end.
In the Wisteria Forest? Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it. Yeah. That might have been her in the movie, actually. They were like, well, we already paid Hayami Saori to say a line, and we got Sakurai to say a line. Let's just pay Aoyuki another $25,000. Whatever. We're Ufotable. We have unlimited budget works.
We just won't pay our taxes.
Yeah, well, exactly. All the money we'll save from not paying our taxes.
We'll go towards the cast.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't understand. We had to pay our cast. Aoyuki wanted a bunch of money.
Yeah. Tomohiro Sakurai doesn't roll out of bed to go, for less than 25,000 yen, okay? It's Proto-Arthur, damn it. Proto-Arthur. Again, Sakiel, go watch Armor Shop for Ladies and Gentlemen. I'm telling you. You will respect Narden. You will just... Even I'm like, God damn it, Narden. I'm going to go and buy the collector's edition of Final Fantasy VII Remake now.
It's starting to remind me, like, I can't remember the exact name of the anime, but it's pretty much like how it pokes fun of, like, how it's essentially, like, for women's armor is, like, less is stronger. And it's like, it's pretty much like the girls end up wearing, like, bikini armor because it's stronger.
Yeah. It's Bikini Warriors. That's literally the name of the show. It's Bikini Warriors.
Yeah, Bikini Warriors, yeah.
And yeah. And it's actually the same premise. It's all just parodies of fantasy JRPGs and tropes. So, in the most recent episode, Mikako Komatsu's character Florika actually like drank a potion, and she turned into a Dragon Quest character. So she actually looked like Toriyama's art style. Yeah.
Nice. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So that's why I'm Komatsu Mikako needs to now be in there. She needs to start. I agree, man. She needs to start coming up now. It's time she starts making her strike. So watch out for her. So, yeah, but yeah, Team Inosuke though, huh? It's a good bet.
Yeah, it's a good bet. Yeah.
When we were watching Sleepy Hime last season. Kirito does the Demon King in that one, and then the hero, who's like a buffoon, he's an absolute moron. It's Zenitsu's voice actor. So it was pretty funny to watch Inosuke and Zenitsu going at it. But yeah, that was yeah. He's a moron.
Zenitsu was the hero?
Yeah.
Wow.
The guy whose name starts with a D.
Yeah, just so forgettable.
Yeah, he's just, who is this guy? Don't even remember. We were childhood friends. We were?
It's literally what she says about him. He's so forgettable.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was Kirito and Zenitsu. So, it's good times. But yeah.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah, it's great. Oh, to be fair, Kana Hanazawa also doesn't get off the hook, because I know that she's currently Red Blood Cell and Cells at Work Season 2, and Aoi in Princess Connect, and Ichika in Quintuplets, but she got paid a large sum of money just to go like, because she does Mitsuri in Demon Slayer. So, not to say that she also didn't get paid an exorbitant amount of money in season 1 to basically do nothing but stand there. But, she made one of my favorite gifts of the entire show, so, Mustn't laugh.
Mm.
I was like, yeah, that's my wife right there. So, and everyone's just like, dude, she didn't do anything. And I'm like, do anything yet? So, yeah. All you Shinobu fans, boring.
I'll be boring. I don't care.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. It's like, stupid Demon Slayer has a good cast of characters, has a good cast of voice actors. That's all it's got going for it. It's not even a good show. So that's why when I made that post where I was like, yeah, it's better than Spirited Away. So I saw people when they were making that claim that it's now sold more tickets than Spirited Away, and they were like, don't say that! And I'm like, why? It's a thing. It happened.
Yeah.
I know that you're emotionally attached to Miyazaki, but I hate to break it to you, but guess it wasn't as long-lasting as you thought. And it also proves you correct as well, Sakiel, in that there's no variation. It's like, we can okay, we're gonna make our MC, right? Uh-huh. He's a Shonen Jump main character. Go on. He fights demons like Ichigo from Bleach. Yeah. But it's in not Sengoku. Meiji era Japan. Done. Print it, Johnson. I want it everywhere. And then there you go. That's where we're at.
I think I've come up with an idea what our next showing is. I mean, since we've been talking about cancel culture and censorship and everything.
Okay.
How would you guys feel about watching Shimonetta?
I'm down for Shimonetta.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it kind of falls along, that kind of topic where it's pretty much everything ecchi is disappeared from the world, and now people are trying to cope with it.
Oh, excuse me, but believe me, I've honestly felt like that. Maybe it's me blowing up my own ego, but I honestly was all like, dude, is it really gonna be me? Am I really gonna be 42 years old being like, anime titties? Yes, it's really gonna be me. They're gonna be like, what are you and then everyone's gonna be in their Demon Slayer Hakama, and they're gonna be like, what are you talking about, old man? Be like, anime titties, like Mitsuri. They're like, Mitsuri? Oh, dude, that's that chick from the 3rd season. We don't care about her anymore. I was like, dude, that's literally gonna be me. It's literally, I'm gonna be out there with my free the anime titties, and everyone's gonna be like, go away, old man.
How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old
Exactly.
man?
Exactly. Oh man. Yeah, I've thought about it. I've honestly thought about it, and I'm glad that you brought it up because I'm down. I'm down to get some culture in these people.
I'm ready to watch some Anna Senpai.
I was about to say Roman's gonna need a box of Kleenex though, because he's gonna get sad over Anna.
I think I know why too.
Just remember when Roman has that bottle of water next to him, it's not water. Funny enough, the main character too. That's also Subaru's voice actor from Re:Zero. Hey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was it was so funny too because it was right after Shimonetta was 2015, and then Re:Zero was like 2 seasons later, in the spring season, right after that. And it didn't dawn on me about who he was. And I was like, oh, okay. So who's this guy? The main character? I don't know. And then he was Subaru, and I was like, there's this big break. So, yeah. Good for him.
Wasn't he an interspecies reviewers too?
He was the elf. He was Zell the elf. He didn't like humans, no, he liked humans, because he said elves were hella old. So he liked the granny chick because she was it Stunk. Wow. Stunk was all like, dude, she's hella old, and he's all like, not by my standards. Yeah, he's yeah. So Subaru's voice actor represents kind of the opposite take of gender swap Umisaka Sumire, and that they're both crazy. They're not opposed to doing ecchi characters. and they have this like warped sense of humors, and they just deliver it so like effective. And so when he was like, you know, Shimoneta, even though he was kind of like, you know, getting muscle busted and all of that, you know, he still also was like willing to join the SOX terrorist group and terrorist group and carry out their will, and he was very effective at it. So when he was Zell too, it was almost kind of like, yeah, I could do this. And he just kind of like sold it. He sold it very well. And now, yeah, he's Barasu, and he's a moron, and yeah. But yeah. So, and now he's working with Takahashi Rie, and Koyasu Takahita, so good for him. Coming up in the world.
Who was the other one?
Koyasu Takahita, Dio. Dio Brando.
Who's Dio?
Roswell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's Koyasu Takahita. Huh. And he talks like this.
Yeah. Every once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's his normal voice. Not when he's super serious. His that's his normal and Isekai Quartet voice.
Yeah.
So yeah. Koyasu Takahita though not in Demon Slayer yet.
It's not the time, Cat.
No, but Suwabe was. Suwabe was the taiko drum demon guy. That was Emiya Archer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's if you sit back and actually go through it, it was like, I don't know if it was Ufotable or whatever, but they just had like all of the Fate voice actors on Rolodex. And so they were like, yeah, you know who'd be great for here? Maya Sakamoto. We'll just get Jonu. That's all good. And then you know who's going to be great here? Suwabe. He ain't doing nothing. And what about this one? Hayami Saori, Adelante? Psh, let's go. So, and Martha. And Melty. So.
Martha, huh?
Martha, yes.
Nice.
Etc., etc., etc. Oh, and then even Tanjiro, it's Sieg. We all know how much Sakuya loves Sieg.
Oh yeah, my favorite piece of cardboard.
Everybody has a favorite piece of cardboard.
Just don't forget to recycle, kids. Oh, man. Oh. And after seeing that Astolfo cosplayer, I can understand why that cardboard is attracted to him. Anyways. Yeah. I'm rambling now without going too much in depth into Demon Slayer the movie. Yeah, I don't know what else I can add without going into like spoiler territory. You know, because everything was on point, you know? The music was good. Normally I don't even pay attention to the music, but it was like, I don't even think it was Yuki Kaijura this time. Could be wrong.
Did they do the series?
No, I don't think so, actually. But usually it's always like Yuki Kaijura just works with Ufotable. Oh, no, it was. It was Yuki. Oh, yeah, it was two of them. Yuki Kaijura and... Okay, yeah.
Go Shina.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very rare that I can think of a Ufotable series that didn't work with Yuki Kaijura. But it was also that she was retired, so I was like, yeah. And then I remember her saying that after Heaven's Feel 3, and how she's like, Heaven's Feel made me cry, it was so sad, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right.
Okay. You just kind of ended it.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's all like, you know, I don't know what to say about that. It's like, I don't, you know, Heaven's, because again, I'm not really particularly attached to Shido, but everyone just loves this interpretation of Shido, and you know, Ufotable does, you know, a great job of animating, you know, their series because they have such good quality, you know, that's all they've got in characters and story and plot. But yeah, it was good. I can't really. It's hard for me to knock something about Demon Slayer and the fact that it you know, I'm trying to think, what were they getting triggered over? I don't think people really got triggered a whole lot over this either.
Demon Slayer.
The only thing really was Nezuko and Sakimi-chan making her adult Nezuko, but you know,
it's like, how dare you make her older and make her sexy?
Yeah.
She's only 13. You're a pedophile.
It's a portable 13-year-old. Roman, why would you say that?
That wasn't me. That was Dante over there.
It was my cat. My cat. He's down with 13-year-olds. Anyways.
Well, to him, they're probably like, what, 80 something?
Well, she's a demon now, so you have to do the demon conversion. So really, she's like 850 years old. Demon years.
Demon years.
Yes. So Sakimi-chan did nothing wrong.
No, she didn't.
Yeah. Outside of that, I can't really think of anything. They got shot down pretty fast, and like I said, I know people are trying to hate on it because it was breaking records. And I don't understand why. I think they were again trying to make the same points that Sakiel made about it just being just more Shonen Jump stuff, which I'm not really disagreeing with, because again, it doesn't really reinvent the wheel. As a matter of fact, if someone were to just put like Deku and then just put like Tanjiro's Hakama over him, they're basically the same character. Did you start this series with any powers? No. Did some old guy train you with everything he got? Yes. And now here we go, series.
Well, the only difference is that Tanjiro didn't eat his hair.
Yeah. But essentially they're the same character. And it's
you can say that about all the shonen.
Exactly. Why? It's a formula that just works. It's a formula and they hate that for some reason. I don't know why, but
except for Goku. Goku's really original.
Goku's just a ripoff of Kenshiro. Oh, I said it. So, but yeah. Yeah. So that's, I don't know what else to really add on or to say without like going too deep into spoiler territories. It was really good. It was really good premise. It is interesting to see like the powers of Rengoku. And I'm curious to see what the others can do. Someone did make that point though, that the Hashira are kind of wusses, or kind of wimps, so they didn't really see what the hype was, and I'm just kind of like, we'll see.
I mean, right? Oh, I don't want to say it because that goes into spoilers. Never mind.
Yeah, it's like, I don't really mind spoilers, but I know that some people might, because I know that there's going to be some people that are going to wait until the dub comes out, and I think they're just kind of like waiting patiently for that. So
yeah, well, they're wrong, because that's the dub.
Roman basically said it. We're a bunch of sub-supremacists over here. Sorry. Oh man. Yeah, I'm over here just rambling off about all the Japanese voice actors and all the high quality content, and it's like, I'm gonna wait for the dub, and Roman's right. You're just wrong. You're wrong. Try again. Continue. Just you go to the theater and you're like, one showing for the dub, please. The person at the ticket counter should just slap you. Try again.
Return by death.
Yeah. You can't do that ReZero stuff. You know that. Besides, I don't know. I haven't heard the sound effect in a while, so I don't know. It's like, but yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it. They actually put that in Isekai Quartet. Good for them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when I was watching Beetlejuice there, I was just thinking of him and Albedo and Isekai Quartet. Yes, you are the best. Yes, I'm the best. Should never let those two be in the same room together. Never let those. That is a terrible combination. But yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no. When Demon Slayer comes out in theaters, I'm definitely down. Yeah.
I would go see it.
Yeah.
Unless they were airing the dub, then I want my money back. I did that with Dragon Ball, and I only watched it because I really wanted to see the movie. And while I really want to see Demon Slayer, I've already seen it in the superior version. I don't want to downgrade when I'm watching it in a better quality.
So this was the Broly movie?
Yeah, the Broly movie.
Hey, Sakiel. That means Roman gave money to Vic. Speaking of cancel culture, I'm kidding. That is water under the anime bridge, and that's not really a topic I feel like we can cover, especially after being almost 2 hours in. But
that's a whole other topic for another day.
That is a whole other cancel culture right there.
Yeah.
And we actually we've mentioned him in an older episode. Like, it actually, like, almost a year ago, huh? Like, right around when the pandemic was picking up, and we were recording. I remember us talking about it.
Yeah, it was not long after the movie came out in theaters.
Yeah. Because that's what got it all started. Is all the attention it brought to him. But yeah, that does just go to show you that they just get anything, and any little bit just boom sets them off. It doesn't even matter. It's just anything they can complain about, they latch onto it and just make it an issue. But yeah.
I also bought the Blu-ray, so he got more money with.
Jeez. Roman supporting toxic masculinity.
Not sure if I want to buy Fighters and support Vash the Stampede.
You know,
I have no problem with him, but yeah.
Yeah.
You changed the voice actor. I don't like that.
Oh, really? Even in the video game, they updated the voice?
I think.
Wow.
I think it's
Johnny Young Bosch.
Yeah, Johnny Young Bosch.
Wow. I heard he was taking over. I just didn't know that they were going to repatch the game just to get rid of him. Just wow.
Or it could be like the Judgment, where it was like back when it was still like in post-production or something, like one of the actors was caught with drugs, so they pretty much deleted his existence out of the game and replaced him with someone else at the last moment.
Yeah, you know, I get that, because that was like, it hadn't come out yet, but what we're talking about now is they had to put out a patch for DBZ Fighters that's just all Johnny Young Bosch's voice. To erase Vic, and so I can get the Judgment thing too. By the way, that was badass of the guy in Yakuza, because that's the most Japanese Yakuza way to do it, is get caught with cocaine.
Yeah,
that is Yakuza. That is so totally Yakuza. But yeah, no, they're erasing Vic out of existence, and you know, when it comes to English dub, again, I don't have any dog in the English dubbing fight, you know, so I don't really care one way or another, but you know, like I said, that's a cancel culture topic for another day. I am surprised now that you mentioned John Young Bosch that he's not Tanjiro. But you know, because Johnny Young Bosch has to be in everything too.
Playing himself.
Johnny Young Bosch is the Demon Slayer. His name is Tanjiro. No, his name is Johnny Young Bosch.
His name is Nero. No, his name is Johnny Young Bosch.
Oh my god! Did we tell you? Or did you know? I don't know. I'm rambling now. But Naofumi from Shield Hero. That's the Japanese voice for Nero.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Which is so weird, because I was like, huh. You know, Virgil and Dante, they've had Japanese voices for a minute now, ever since the OVAs and all that. But with the DMC4 Special Edition, the one that came out on PS4 for digital only, that's the first time Nero got a Japanese voice actress. And then Kirie is everyone's favorite Hayami Sawari. So there you go.
God, it's like, for me, it's like, it's so bad where it's like, whenever I see Nero on screen and I hear him talk, all I can hear is Ichigo.
Of course, yeah. And Kirie's English voice actress is Orihime, so that was intentional. That was super intentional. Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah, that was, because remember, that was 2008, so that was like prime Bleach season. All right, that was 2008. Was like when Bleach was over everything except maybe One Piece, and that's very debatable. Like, it was almost neck and neck between Bleach and One Piece in 2008. So if you were going to do that, that was like perfect. And Nero is just as obnoxious as Ichigo. Oh yeah, that was perfect. So you got a jacked up notion of fair play, pal, and it's really starting to piss me off. See what I mean? I can't forget that line. I can't forget that line. But I just love Dante because he's all like, Nero's revving his stupid sword, and then Dante's like, and I was like, yes! I fucking love this old man. God, I love this guy. You didn't take shit from no little punk-ass kid. Get out of here. Kick rocks, kid. Know who I am? Hashtag Sons of Sparta.
I know, it's like Nero's like going around, it's like, okay, boomer, and then it's like just Dante just like claps back at him so fucking hard.
That was literally the game. It's Devil May Cry 4 clap back. Old man claps back. Oh, man. Oh.
So good.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Dante's Japanese voice actor is also Sephiroth. Go figure.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So he had a bang up year last year between Devil May Cry 5 and remake. So hey, well no, that was 2 years ago. Sorry, Devil May Cry 5 was 2019. All the years are starting to blur together for me now. Yeah. But yeah, still back to back years where Devil May Cry 5 was Action Game of the Year 2019, and then RPG Game of the Year last year for remake. So he's just killing it. So good for him. Good for him. But yeah, can't say the same for Johnny Youngbosh. Oh man. But yeah, we'll see because they are talking about making more of Burn the Witch. So we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, but in the meantime, yeah, we don't call them hollows anymore. We call them demons, and all of that. So, I guess my last question, and then I'm done. I'm done ranting. Is if Demon Slayer goes up against Jujutsu Kaisen, who wins?
Probably Demon Slayer.
Yeah, probably Demon Slayer.
Yeah, probably Demon Slayer.
I did catch up on Jujutsu Kaisen, and I think that it's definitely getting better, but I don't know who's the mangaka, but he makes me laugh with how obsessed with Western culture he is, because the witch character Momo, when she's just all like, who's your favorite type, and she's like, yeah, that Sebastian Stan guy. I'm like, oh, that guy that fell off the train during World War II, and then he got frozen, and then he has like a adamantium arm now? That Sebastian Stan?
No, not that one.
No, not that one. No.
The one that was in Wakanda.
The one, oh yeah, the White Wolf. The Silver Wolf. Sorry, Silver Wolf. The Silver Wolf. Yeah. Silver Wolf.
That guy, yeah.
That guy. Oh, that's Sebastian Stan. Oh, last time I saw him, he blew up the president of Wakanda. Or the king of Wakanda, sorry. At the UN headquarters. That guy.
Well, you would be mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah,
let's not also forget about Jennifer Lawrence.
She's like, oh yeah, she's tall with a big butt. I was like, is she?
Not really.
Yeah, I was like, she's tiny. She's not that.
Maybe by Japanese standards?
I guess. Again, this guy really picked some weird characters. It's like, I mean, I guess Sebastian Stan over Jeremy Renner. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. You got me seriously thinking about all this now, and I'm like, what are my options? Robert Downey Jr., but he's old. Robert Downey Jr. is like Johnny Depp old. And it's like, you don't really think about it because they're always wearing like kind of costumes and all that and suits and whatnot. But then when you see them, they're like, oh man, they're sinking into themselves. Like their skin is just like, yeah, it's not nice. And so it's like, I'm thinking, who are the other dudes in the MCU that's not Chris Evans?
Tom Holland?
Tom Holland, he's a Shota. Who else?
Yeah, he's Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Out of Peter Kuhn.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. No, we canceled Chris Pratt. Remember?
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth, he's fat.
Hey, fat guys need love too.
Fair. This is true too. This is true. But not only is he fat, he lost his hammer to King Kong.
No, axe to King Kong.
He's axe. Sorry. That's okay.
Stormbreaker.
Okay.
He lost
Stormbreaker. All right.
He lost his hammer to Captain America.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, remember, Hela destroyed his hammer in Ragnarok, and then the hammer he had in Endgame, he had to put back for Thor 2, Dark World. Remember? That's why Cap had to put it back, because that wasn't Thor's hammer.
So all they had to put away was the stones.
And he put the hammer back as well, though.
He probably did, but
yeah,
it was really just the stones he needed to put away.
Yeah. So
does that mean he had to inject the red stone into Natalie Portman again?
Yes, and he had to go all the way down and smack what's her name, Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson, be like, okay, wake up, come on, Red Skull's got the stone back again. You know, he's my mortal enemy, but I gave him back the stone. Come on, wake up. So to answer your question, Chris Hemsworth is not only fat Thor, he has he has no axe or hammer. King Kong got the axe, and Dark World Thor got his hammer back. So like I said, it was really, really weird takes. Do you know the Sebastian Stan guy? And I'm like,
maybe Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd, there you go, Paul Rudd. But the Japanese, for some reason, they don't like comedians like that. Like, remember, they think comedians have like mental issues or something.
Well, they might.
Yeah. Which is weird, because Paul Rudd and 40-Year-Old Virgin will always be the best for me, man. It's like that time with my ex. God, she was such a bitch. The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Paul Rudd was the best. When Steve Carell got the body wax, you look like a man-o'-lantern. So that's why I was like, when they said he's gonna be Ant-Man, I'm like, the guy from Anchorman and 40-Year-Old Virgin? So I was like, all right, okay. Oh man, remember, 60% of the time the cologne works all the time. So there you go. I would take Paul Rudd over Sebastian Stan. Yeah. I'm over here just critiquing this Japanese mangaka on his choice of MCU male picks. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'm doing it. I'll critique him. But yeah, and what's funny too is that I see the people that are loving Jujutsu Kaisen, honestly, are like the kids. Like, they're all like 16 to 20-year-olds. Did you see what they did for Valentine's Day? They had Sukuna with Yuji's heart, and it was all like, Happy Valentine's Day. I was like, okay, that's stupid funny. I'll give it to you. Alright, Jujutsu Kaisen, god damn it. So, yeah. I can't. You have bad taste in MCU dudes, but you have a good sense of humor for Valentine's Day. Let's see if I can load it up. And I yeah. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Anyways, yeah. I guess the last thing I gotta say is, speaking of Fate and oh god, what's their name? Ufotable. Sakiel, did you get Karen?
I did not get Karen, unfortunately.
Did you go for it or not even bother?
I did like a 10 roll and I didn't get her because it was like I was at the point where I was starting to like I can't really wail right now, but I still have a little bit of money. Okay. So I guess, but I didn't get her, so I'm like, whatevs.
She was too busy speaking to the manager.
Her manager is Kotomine Kire though, so
yeah, Yeah, because it was like for the Valentine's Day banner on NA, like I was trying to roll like how they had the Murasaki with Artoria. I tried to roll for that, and I didn't get either of them.
Oof.
You know how bad it was for me? I rolled on the first day she was there, and I got Mordred.
That's great. What are you talking about?
I don't like Mordred.
Mordred's great. Mordred's amazing.
Forget Mordred.
But speaking about Mordred, though, it's kind of funny, and I think this is probably the reason why, because it's like I rolled for Artoria like on Japan, but like at NA I rolled for Mordred, so I think I probably like double curse myself, so I can never roll for Mordred on Japan, and like alternately like I can't roll for Artoria on NA.
That is reverse luck. Wrong luck.
Yeah, it's reverse luck.
I have NP2 Mordred on my JP account. I forgot what I was rolling for, but I was like, what is this? Go to my USA account, not my JP account. What's wrong with you? This chick doesn't listen to anybody, man.
Yeah, and then like meanwhile, it's like Karna like always spooks me in some form or another. And it's just coincidental too. It's like Karna's not even like what my top servants as far as like servants I like. Either it's like they're a husbando or like a waifu, or I just like them in general.
Yeah.
But it's like Karna always finds his way to spook me in some form. And like how I was telling you guys, like the last time, I was like, he was the reason why I came back to play Fako, was because he decided to spook me as a Saiyan. I'm like, God damn it! It's like I'm back on this bullshit after like a 2-year hiatus.
It took you an Indian Santa to come back.
Yep.
That's how it goes.
Yep.
I said I wasn't gonna roll, and then I rolled NP2 Ibuki Doji because Raita. And I think that between both of my accounts, I have every single Raita character. Like,
oh, wow.
Moriarty was actually my GSSR in JP, but I just don't tell anybody because I'm ashamed.
You should.
Yeah. What?
I said you should be.
Yeah. Which is funny, though, because he actually has great synergy with Shuten, because, you know, he enhances evil-aligned characters. So those two actually can really tear it up, but yeah. Now I feel bad because I should have gotten the event that we're about to get with his bartender outfit. Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. If I remember right, that's going to be White Day. So that's what we're going to get for the dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So be on the lookout for that. I know that you're a huge Moriarty fan, but
yeah. It was like how Proto Arthur like had his tuxedo for White Day.
Yes. And
he's
now,
like, I can't wear this.
Yeah, and now I have him in his tuxedo, and I never let him like ever leave it. But now he's over here trying to sell all this sexy armor, so now it's like, damn it, Sakurai. And to be fair to Roman as well, I loved all the Giyu Shinobu memes. That was all funny, you know. When like Giyu, when they were, what was it from The Office? I guess was the meme when he's like on the roof. He's like, I'm gonna jump, and then Shinobu's like, do a backflip. So, and then the other ones too, where he's just all like, yeah, I finally caught you. Now there's nothing you can do about it. And then she goes into a monologue about how he's emo and depressed. And then he just kind of like spanks her, just like he does in the show. Yeah. It's fantastic. But, yeah. Yeah. I had this conversation with somebody. I think it was, they were talking about, because I guess, Karen's voice actress is also Colin from Code Geass. So whenever, like, you know, Mothman is Fukuyama, you know, Lelouch. And so whenever all of the voice actors come from Code Geass, everyone has to put up the chart of all the Code Geass characters. And someone goes, Suzaku is also Sakurai. And I told the dude, I was like, look, if you ever have a character and they sound super noble, or they're like, I'm a knight, look how much of a gentleman I am. Whether they're evil or good, odds are it's either Hikaru Midorikawa or it's Tomohiro Sakurai. That's like their thing. They're just like the perpetual good, I'm a knight, look how chivalrous I am. I'm a major douchebag. That's their gimmick. And, remember, Hikaru Midorikawa has been Marth ever since the OVA in 87 when we called him Mars and he didn't have pants. Mm-hmm. And to this day, it's Smash Brothers Ultimate. He's still the voice of Marth. So it's just what it is.
Just steady paycheck.
Yeah, he's just, Hikaru Midorikawa is always the knight. And if it's not him, it's Sakurai.
With the exception of Merlin.
Yeah.
But Merlin was the most chivalrous.
Yeah, he's a dickhead. Which is also funny, too, because I love that dynamic about Artoria and Merlin being, like, voice swapped in both ways. How Proto-Merlin is Kawasumi, while Proto-Arthur is Sakurai. That's great. That's great. But I am going to be getting a Merlin's Nendo. You could bet your ass I am. Like, unlike Roman, even though I know I'm not an Artorias Saber fan, doesn't mean I don't like Kawasumi. Because again, I love Anne Bonny. And if there was more Anne Bonny merch, I'd buy all of that too.
She does Anne Bonny?
Yeah, she does Anne Bonny.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then Jun and Princess Connect. Which is funny too, because they were like, here, read this in your Saber voice. And she's like, just like Artoria? And they're like, just like Artoria. She's like, okay. And then she just does it. Yeah. It's like, she reminds me of one of the Flintstones animals where it's all like, it's a living. That's her. She's just singing in like one of those night helmets. And she's just like in her Artoria voice, it's a living. Hey, but you saw the New Year's special, was it 2 years ago, when they sent her to England, and she actually went to Arthur's grave and all of that, so hey, live it up, man.
Yeah. So,
I'm perpetually going to be a gender-bent King Arthur, but hey, I'm going to milk it for all it's worth. So, and she did say that this current event, the Valentine's with all the spoken lines, was one of the most grueling things she did because she had to read 18 characters of lines. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because she had to do all 9 takes of Artoria plus Anne Bonny. Yeah. Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. But, yeah.
It's a big paycheck, though.
Yeah. 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 So tomorrow night too, don't forget to blow your AP. Tomorrow night is the recording of this because we're going to go into CCC event, so enjoy.
You'll finally get my my BB. The original BB.
Yeah.
Because I missed the CCC event last time. It's actually the whole reason I started playing the game again, was I was trying to catch up so I could play CCC, and I didn't.
You need to beat Solomon to get in there, right?
Yeah, but I was still at Orleans.
I didn't when CCC rerun happened in JP, I thought I could do it in 3 days, and I actually pulled an all-nighter and I unlocked the Kiara boss battle, but I didn't know about the Kiara punishers, and so I couldn't. In the end, I literally got cock-blocked by Kiara. Yeah. Yeah. Stupid sexy Tanaka Rie. Oh! But yeah. Yeah. Oh, she gets her mermaid next year too. Good call. But I wouldn't recommend rolling for her because Oku event also comes out next month, so yeah.
Which one?
The Kama. Kiara is part of the second banner. Yeah. Brown Merlin, Kiara. Kama obviously is the banner, but yeah, I think it's those 3. So I know that everyone's dying to get more Brown Merlin, so yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
But I also wouldn't mind Kama, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I might. I'm gonna probably skip King Protea because I have NP2 Protea. She was. I got her during the rerun banner because they were giving Albert crap at the time, talking about like, oh, this sucks. You don't care about the USA audience. So to show Albert some support, I threw some quartz at him and I wailed for Protea and JP. And then she turns out, I think she was like my GSSR at one of them last year, or maybe even 2 years ago. I think it was last year though. And now I have NP2, and she's fantastic if you don't have an AoE alter ego like Kiara or Chokita. But if you have those, But yeah, she's fun though. I love the HP skill. That's hilarious. It's broken. She never dies. But if you don't really need that,
plus she could win a race in one step.
Yeah, that's what they told me too. They were like, yeah, but she won the race, and I'm like, okay, all right.
Faster than Alante.
Faster than Achilles.
Yeah. And Bradamante.
Yeah. And then same thing with Kama, because I know that the Oku event comes back next year, so I'm almost like, do I really? I don't know. What is her specialty? Anti-male? I'm like,
I mean, that'll be good when I have to fight Canis later.
That's only for the chocolate thing. That's not, the actual traits are female,
Mm-hmm, sure.
Yeah. She ain't packing Astolfo down there, okay?
I know. I saw the fan art.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Besides, that's at the end of this year, man. I don't know. Roman seems like the type to go for Super Orion. He likes Wreck-It Ralph.
I do.
So I keep getting confused. I'm like, oh, is that Dioscuri? And I'm like, no, Dioscuri is next year's, after New Year's. I'll probably get Dioscuri. What's funny is that Pollux, the girl, because it's the brothers and the sister, but she did Rika and Shunibyo, and then she does Pollux and the twins, and then she also does Maho in Princess Connect.
Oh.
Maho from the country. I love Maho. She's such a country bumpkin. It's great. But yeah.
That's the healer, right? Is
yeah.
she a healer?
Yeah, she's a healer.
Okay.
Yeah, support healer. But yeah. So that's like Lost Belt, man. Thank you for reminding me, man. Actually, I gotta get Reina's, and that's Inori Minase, and then I gotta get Jinako, and that's Aoyuki. So everyone's all like, but why? You could even use your guaranteed 5-star ticket on Aoyuki on Jinako, and I'm like, don't care. I'm wailing. I'm getting Elephant Aoyuki. In a minute, I'm gonna title the next video, So I'm an Elephant, So What? I don't know, did you see that, Sakiel? Fino Plays, I know him from his YouTube videos on FGO, but he also streams like on the weekends. And so his one of his sub goals was that if he hits the sub goal, he's going to play Devil May Cry 1 HD. And so he got to Phantom, and he goes, "Whoa, Aoyuki," because it's the spider boss. And I was all like, "Ha, ha, ha, oh, you son of a bitch! I got it. I got that joke."
I get that.
Yeah. I wanted to bring that up too, but I'm like, I think that might be a discussion for another day, because it's like I am caught up. I caught up last night on So I'm a Spider, but at the same time too, it's like she's still like leveling up or powering up herself as a spider, and I'm like, are we gonna get to a point soon or what? Like, it's already 6 episodes in. And she still hasn't met like her other classmates, or who's the big evil? I don't know, man. And so I'm like, I like it because it's funny with Aoyuki. Just it's literally 22 minutes of her just monologuing and like breaking the fourth wall and all of that. And there was even a moment where she said she wishes she was a magical girl, and I was like, that didn't really go well for you the last time, honey. But yeah, it's also like, I don't know. It's so my issue was always like, characters like Ichigo just kind of like just got better because they had plot armor on. And now when we've been through 6 episodes, which is almost half the season of Aoyuki's spider still leveling up, and I'm like, okay, maybe this might be too much training.
She's got a lot to deal with, okay? Her house keeps getting burned down. She's got to fight monkeys.
Giant lizards and snakes.
I haven't caught up yet, so...
Oh, okay.
Last one I watched was the monkeys.
Yeah.
But I do know the snakes and the lizards, too.
Yeah. But yeah. So I'm a spider, so what? So there's a lot of good shows this season, but... Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna stop now. Closing thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think of something, but nothing is coming up at the moment.
Alright. The next view party will be Shimonetta, so we'll get that going up pretty soon. And then, yeah.
Yep. So
Sounds good, boss.
Cool. So that's it?
Yeah, that's it. Roman, get us out of here. Take us away.
Alrighty. So, next episode will be recorded on the 1st. And I believe you said we had your friend come on.
Yeah. We have a guest. We have one of the organizers and ringleaders of the Cosplay Wrestling Federation. He'll be joining us to talk about how he became basically this convention sensation up and down the West Coast, and he's even been to, I think he's done a couple on the East Coast as well. And they've been doing multiple shows at the same time. So, he'll come on. He'll talk to us about his experience raising it from scratch, how to get the crowd hype, and where the whole idea came from, basically. So, it'll be some good insight into how to get a panel at a con from the ground up. And even as far as one of the last shows up in Sacramento actually did have actual wrestling. Like they put the ballroom, they put the ring out, they had the referee. We had actual wrestling. So he collaborated with one of the local leagues out here, and they put on a show, and it was free for all the con attendees. So it was pretty wild. We'll be talking to him, and we'll get some insight onto how that all came about and where we're going to go.
Nice. Awesome.
Sweet.
All right, so be sure to look forward to that, because that sounds really interesting. I think you've talked about it a couple of times, the cosplay wrestling. Yeah,
I've been meaning to get him on for a while now, because it was something that we used to talk about in like living rooms and dining rooms about, like, what if The Rock was like Shinji from Evangelion and he had to cut a promo? How would that sound? And then it just kind of blew up from there.
Calls out his dad.
Yeah, exactly. use a jabroni.
Right. You just smell what Shinji's cooking.
Yeah.
All right. So next watch party is Shimonetta, and our next episode is going to have one of the organizers for the Cosplay Wrestling Federation.
Yes.
So look forward to all that. If you have any insight on what we talked about this episode, be sure to let us know in the comments, and come watch Shimonetta on the Discord with us next week, next Thursday around 8. So till then, bye.
Peace.
Later.